even if they're not that proud of us.
Now batting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Hey, yo. What it is, Duke City. Happy Taco Tuesday. You got a fistful of tacos? If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, the man, the myth, the legend, GM of your favorite local sports bar, Howie's Sports Page, joining us all day today. Luke Mark with What It Is, bruh.
Oh, not much. How are you guys doing? Hello.
Yeah, we're doing good, my friend. You look good. You sound good.
Well, thank you.
I'm kind of jealous. I've been doing this for 6 years and counting, if you don't count cutting my teeth in high school and college. And you come in here and you do it better than me immediately. Like you got it in you, brother.
Well, I do appreciate that. Working at the bar gives you a certain gift for gab, I guess.
Yes, sir.
On the other side of the glass, super producer Tyler Lovely on the ones and twos.
How we doing, guys?
Peachy, brother. Peachy, how you be?
To finally meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you, man. We exchanged like very masculine grunts in the hallway real quick.
Ooh.
Yeah, he didn't know exactly who I was while I was waiting, and I didn't know exactly who he was. So it was just that.
Yeah, he just did the grunt. His was a better grunt.
If you're watching on the interwebs, you want to see Luke's beautiful face. We'll get that going in just a second. Having some Wi-Fi connectivity issues.
Who'd have guessed that I was a little technically deficient?
Oh, man, you're preaching to the choir. I like legit. If I didn't put the Wi-Fi password into my computer and into my phone and set it, if I had to reset it every day, I'd be lost.
Oh, for sure.
I put it in like 2 years ago and haven't touched it since. You asked the Wi-Fi password. I was like, oh, wait, things don't just automatically work all the time?
Oh, yeah, you have to put that in for the first time.
Oh, yeah, I remember I did that a long time ago. How was the weekend, Ty?
It's been good, man.
We didn't get a chance to talk yesterday because me and Fred were going at it so hard.
That's right. It was a good weekend, man. I was in Trinidad, Colorado.
Ooh.
Trinidad. You ever been to Trinidad?
Yeah, I drove through it a lot.
Yeah. People do a lot of driving through, quote unquote.
Yeah, I kind of avoid that southern strip in Colorado. Nothing against the lovely people of southern Colorado, but if I was going to design a set for an apocalypse movie, it would be Pueblo, Colorado.
The hills have eyes. Kinda.
And then Trinidad is just Diet Pueblo.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
It's beautiful country. I'm sure the loveliest people in the world. Their pot laws kind of, set a standard for us down here, down south.
That they did.
Their chili's garbage, but they're lovely people.
They're lovely people. Southern Colorado is great. It's no northern New Mexico. It's close, but it's no northern New Mexico.
Not even close.
My side,
Oh, no doubt our side's better. Once you get south of Raton, this is some quality land here.
That's it.
Quality people, quality land. Obviously, the chili's better.
I spent $600 in 2 days.
Okay, let me guess. On weed?
Well, for the first 300. It's expensive being outside of Albuquerque.
I was going to say, I thought the purpose of these trips was to make money.
Ideally. No, because when you're doing comedy, you'll do a $50 show and you'll spend $600 to get there.
So. Oh, yeah. I used to work the door for bands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the same deal.
Exactly. Yeah, for $75, the amount of money I'll spend for $75.
I thought EBT worked anywhere in the United States.
I don't believe so.
Different accounts.
I use my COVID EBT in Hawaii.
Is that true?
Yeah, I bought groceries in Hawaii during COVID when I had those Biden bucks.
I don't think it went as far there as it does here.
Not even close. Not even close. Luke, my man, you caught up on the sports world? You ready to talk some sports and sports adjacent content?
Always ready to talk sports. Always ready to talk sports adjacent. Always just ready to talk.
So for the friends of the show, I mean, the OG friends of the show know who you are, know you represent my favorite place in Albuquerque, Howie's Sports Page. You are a Cubs fan.
I am a Cubs fan, yes.
That you are a hardcore Cubs fan. You're willing to state that openly in public, which is very brave of you.
It's getting easier now that it's been a while since they won. It's always easier to be a Cubs fan when they're terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like, nobody hates Cubs fans.
Sure. Like when you're the lovable losers for 100 years.
You got to rub your head and like, oh, aren't you cute?
Look at you, little guy. What is it, 11 in the morning? You drunk already? You are, you little Cubs fan. Oh, look at you, little hammered.
It is a lifestyle.
How many old styles you got on your side? How many old styles you got? 11?
Old
11
style
already?
only tastes good in the bleachers at Wrigley. It does not taste good anywhere else.
Sure.
Just at Wrigley.
I mean, pitchers of Bud Light taste special when you're at Howie's Sports Page.
They definitely do.
What do you got going on at Howie's lately?
This weekend we had the trifecta. For those in the service industry that know, we had the full moon Cinco de Mayo on a Friday. So it's a convergence of just all the madness that you can handle. But it was a great weekend. And then the Kentucky Derby, we do a big party for that every year, so that was a blast. Nobody won any money. I don't think anybody saw that 8-horse creeping around and taking it all.
No, how often does the 8-horse win? It's like one of the least likely.
Yeah, I mean, it was paying 15-1, and I mean, but so I hear.
This is one of the few years that I haven't bet the Kentucky Derby. Not that like I know what I'm doing at all with horse racing. Like I know nothing whatsoever about horse racing and how to bet and the most successful way to bet and who the horses are and the jockeys and the trainers. I'm just like, oh, that's a cool name. He's got like a checkered number on his butt. So yeah, I'm gonna choose that guy.
No, I know less than zero. I mean, the best thing that I ever figured out is learning what I don't know. And horse racing is definitely one of those things. So I leave it to guys at the bar that do know, or at least claim to. They've never won me any money, but they claim to have systems and they claim to know what's going on.
From the texter, I bleeping hate Cubs fans.
Well,
so man, that came
all right,
hot.
starting off with a bang.
Wow, I think that's you specifically. This is a mutual friend who I won't say on air.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a dig straight towards you, Luke. I don't think that has.
They really like me.
I don't think that has anything to do with the Cubs.
No, that's probably more likely.
Hell of a show today. Got Luke sitting in with us all program. Rob Portnoy, voice of your Lobos, are going to call in and talk about his Los Angeles Lakers and what an insane game it was. We're going to give you our NBA perspective when we get back. Rob Portnoy is going to hit you with his hot Lakers takes at 4:30. A lot of NFL talk, a lot of NBA talk. Andres Trujillo will join us in the 5 o'clock hour, talking a little bit about some local sports and the New Mexico games. Young Jake Cassio, you know him, you love him, new contributor to the program. He's going to call in the 6 o'clock hour and rant about his New York Knicks.
I actually got to meet Jake this weekend. He was out having a coldie at the bar before the Derby.
He's a dude.
We got to meet him. Yeah, it definitely was a pleasure.
He's a dude for sure. We got the I-9 varsity coming up 6 o'clock hour, a little bit of baseball talk. Aaron Judge is back, and it could not be better timed for your New York Yankees. I got some quick hitters for you too. One of my favorite stories. This happens once a year in baseball. It usually slips under people's radar, but I want to tell you about this story later in the program. We got ourselves an old national anthem standoff, Luke.
Oh,
When's the last time you saw a good national anthem standoff?
well, like you said, there's usually generally one a year or so.
And here's my favorite story. Let's just kick out. Since you work in a pub, you got a beautiful perspective on this. But J.J. Watt just bought a football team. Not like an NFL team. A soccer team in Europe. And for him to get to know the people, to get to know the fans, to get to know the region of the soccer team that he just purchased, he went and got blackout drunk and went on a pub crawl to all the favorite soccer bars. That is like the most man of the people expletive deleted I'd heard in a long time.
Oh, for sure. But you got to be in shape for like a soccer pub crawl. These guys, this is, I mean, we're pretty serious at Howie's, but these guys take it to another level.
J.J. Watt bought the Burnley Football Club, which I don't know where that is or what that is. I just heard about it in the news. Shout out to Burnley. Okay, I didn't know that place existed. But anyways, he wanted to get to know his people. He wanted to get the vibe of the soccer fans. He wanted to get, because who knows a team better than the hardcore fans?
Oh, of course.
Don't listen to your front office. Don't listen to these Ivy League educated geniuses who have worked their whole life to get in this position. Listen to your pissed off drunk fans.
Oh, for sure.
That's how you get the pulse of the nation.
Exactly.
So he went on to do some air quotes research as he went on a local pub crawl to get the vibe of the nearby community and then all the fans. And he said he learned a lot about the team. He learned a lot about the fans. And I love that.
Does he remember any of it?
See, that was my next question.
I've learned a lot of things at the time, and the next morning I'm like, I felt really smart last night, but it is gone today.
I mean, hopefully he had like an assistant or somebody with him.
A scribe.
Yeah, a scribe. So taking notes, like
around somebody in a backpack.
notating what's going, because like Guinness's 4 through 12, you need somebody to help you out.
Yeah.
I'm super sharp 0 through 3.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like 4, then we start talking double digits. Adios, Van.
I mean, I feel smarter after that, but it's definitely questionable.
Tyler, how many oat sodas can you have before you turn into a pile of garbage?
I mean, I'm sober now, so probably like half of one.
Okay, excellent point.
But I'm sober because it was a probable. It was a, you know what I mean. Like I'm sober because that was just a thing in general. People don't sober up because they're drinking oat sodas and turning it into great people. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Yeah, you don't go clean because you just won the Nobel Prize.
Precisely.
Yeah. And I quote, when you invest in a club that's been around since 1882, you must have great respect for its history and tradition, the Watts said in a statement announcing the investment. We understand that we are not only investing in the squad and manager, we are investing in the town and its people. We take that responsibility very seriously and intend to work hard in earning their trust and support. Well, brother, good start.
I was going to say, I think he has the same press guy as Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, because that was pretty much the same thing they said when they bought Wrexham.
Yeah, for sure. You go out and get hammered. I mean, and that's a great example for the class, right?
Oh, yeah.
If J.J. Watt can turn this club into what, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney did with Wrexham, like Wrexham in the past 3 years have moved up 2 levels.
I credit it all to Ted Lasso. It all started with Ted Lasso,
Oh, 100%. And oh my God, speaking of Ted Lasso, I am so sad that this thing is almost over.
I am too. I can't even bring myself to start watching the 3rd season yet.
Oh, you haven't yet?
I've got him stockpiled, and I'm just kind of waiting for one like binge watch cry all day.
That is it, right?
Yeah.
It's like the what you call it, the Jim Valvano speech.
Oh yeah.
Like you want to cry and laugh and smile and think every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like every episode of Ted Lasso does that.
Exactly.
Tyler, you a Ted Lasso guy?
No, I need to be.
Nah, you should be.
Yeah, it was
like I don't really endorse something that hard, but it's like an amazing piece of American art.
That's what I'm hearing.
Like it's that level of good.
I do feel better after watching an episode.
Every single episode.
Yeah.
Can you guys remind me what it's on one more time? Like what is
Apple
it?
TV.
It's Apple.
It's Apple.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an Apple.
I'm sorry, that's not happening. I owe Apple so much money.
Okay.
There's no way.
All right. I'll teach you how to pirate television during the commercial break, Tyler.
I like that.
Speaking of commercial break, we wouldn't be here without our friends and partners in the community, such as where we are right now, live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We play on Team I-9. We start our days at the YMCA. A burger and a shake, that goes down at 66 Diner. And the weekends, that's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. We'll be live at Hollow Spirits on Friday. When the Topes are out of town, we don't miss a Friday at Hollow Spirits. And every single New Mexico United away game, that goes down at Hollow Spirits. Come catch us next Wednesday and the following Saturday as we host the New Mexico United watch party. And about to launch, we'll talk about it on Friday, but Hollow Spirits now an official watch party sponsor of the New Mexico United. So the boys are legit. You didn't think we were already. Look at us. Look at us.
Just look how far you've come.
Oh, my boy's all grossed up. He's grossed and he's grossed and he's grossed and he's grossed. NBA talk when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The
traffic right now. Starting to see some slowdowns southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery. Be aware of that. Northbound I-25 dealing with some congestion between Gibson and Central. Westbound on I-40 as you approach the interchange. Things moving a little slow there. And we are still seeing quite a bit of slowdowns eastbound on Montgomery as you approach San Mateo. It would appear that a lot of people are trying to get into the brand new Raising Cane's today. So watch yourself if you're traveling in that area. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
The Clipper season now is over again. Everybody knows what the issue is. Kawhi's body. But Steve Ballmer's a tech guy. In tech, you don't necessarily try to salvage stuff. You dump it. Steve Ballmer, I don't think he's going to try to salvage Kawhi Leonard. I think it's over.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, we have to stop debating and decide on a place for dinner tonight.
Someone at work said Fogo de Chao was great.
Fogo de what?
Fogo de Chao.
I think you mean Fogo de Chone.
No, it's Chao. C-H-A-O.
Well, you have the spelling right, but it's shown.
Chao.
It's shown.
Chao. Fogo de Chao.
It's shown.
No matter how you say the name, there is no better dining experience than Fogo de
Chao.
It's shown.
You'll love the unique and immersive dining experience at Fogo de Chão. Their culinary team uses traditional Brazilian cooking methods. Slow cooking brings out the meat's natural flavors for an outstanding meal every time. Pair it with award-winning cocktails and wines. Visit the world-class market table and you'll have an unforgettable experience. Drop by on Tuesdays at Fogo de Chão and kick off your lunch or dinner with a free primetime appetizer with the purchase of their unique Brazilian cocktail, the caipirinha. Experience the art of churrasco at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão, a culinary experience you'll never forget.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's A-N-G-I, or download the app today.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do the Nuggets have any chance of slowing down the Suns? Is James Harden the clutch one over the Boston Celtics? Join us as we break it all down the opening drive with the Chips and Minute. Jacob and Amory starts at 7 a.m.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. Listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. Joined by Chris, the mayor of downtown Burnett, coming up this Thursday. Red Door Brewing downtown. New friend of the show. Excited to work with them. We do some cool events at their downtown location. Stay tuned for all the info from there. This Golden State Lakers series is absolutely captivating. They're so evenly matched. They got different styles of play. LeBron James versus Steph. If you're not watching every second of this, I don't know what's going on. You know, we're sports and sports adjacent here. We kind of lean into the adjacent side a little more in this program. But I could talk 3 hours all day, every day about Lakers and Golden State series. This is captivating, Luke.
Well, yeah, you talk about it is LeBron and Steph, of course, but it's been the reserves. It's been the Lonnie Walkers and the I can't remember the other guy.
Rui Hashimura.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's been other guys stepping up and making plays when they had to. I mean, last night's game was just great.
As good as this series has been, except for one lucky New York Knicks win, and by the way, 6 o'clock hour, Knicks super fan Jake Cassio will call in to rant, but it hasn't been much of a series since game one when the Knicks stole that game. The Heat have just been dominating the New York Knicks. They look lost out on the court.
Yeah, I mean, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, and that's been exciting to watch. And even when he was out, they were holding up their end. It's just Miami's tough. Spoelstra, good coach. Everybody thought he was just this kid when he came into the league, but he's been doing it so long now. He's kind of the top of the pile these days with the coaches, it seems.
Well, he was a seasoned veteran. Talking about Spoelstra, when he came into the league, he just looks like a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he still literally looks like a little Filipino baby. He's got that like 1996 like middle school haircut that just like the part flip over. Like you expect him to like get out of his suit after the game and like put on some Jinkos and be with a wallet chain.
Oh, for sure. Shopping at Hot Topic.
For sure. Hey, cool wheelies. What are the shoes with the wheels on the bottom? Heelys. Cool Heelys, bro. Are Heelys back?
Yeah, I'm wearing them right now.
Shut up.
I'm a bigger guy, so I just the wheels just flattened on me. I never got much roll out of my Heelys.
They don't make bearings strong enough for Luke's Heelys. Oh,
these are
You do some dualies.
Exactly.
Jimmy Butler is an absolute dude in this series. Shooting over 50%, 56% from the field. It's like he doesn't even got to play hard. He just goes to sleep, wakes up, and he scores 30 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah, I mean, he's good in the regular season, but he's just one of those guys that just has that extra level in the playoffs and is very humble about it. And whatever it takes for the team to win kind of thing, which I really like. So,
and people complain about the Knicks, like they don't have a superstar. They don't have anyone that can really compete at this level. I mean, neither do the Heat besides Jimmy Butler. Like a Bam Adebayo, like I know he's a good basketball player. He ain't a superstar. It's Jimmy going up against all these dudes. And the Knicks, like whatever, Brunson, he's above average. Julius Randle, he can get hot every once in a while. But the Knicks are just like Julius Randle and like 10 guys that try really hard.
Well, it's because nobody wants to sign with them because they have owner issues.
Yeah, I mean, and plus like the last 3 decades they've been cursed.
Oh, for sure. Ever since the frozen envelope, they're still paying the karma for the frozen envelope.
Exactly. Yeah, since they sold their soul for Patrick Ewing, which didn't work out, they've been in the doldrums of the NBA. Like every single time there's some trade rumor or there's a free agent rumor, like, oh, they want to go play in Madison Square Garden. No, visitors playing the Knicks want to play in Madison Square Garden because it's an easy win.
If you put together a half-hour highlight reel of the Knicks over the last 30 years, 20 minutes of it would be Van Gundy on Alonzo Mourning's leg with the comb over flopping up. And
the poor Knicks, man. Poor Jake.
That is it.
The Heat are going to close them out next game. Sorry, Knicks fans. You're one piece. Minimum. You're at least one piece away from being a legitimate playoff team.
Again, I think that one's addition by subtraction. You need to get rid of one piece before you're be serious contenders. I don't think anybody really wants to sign there long term right now.
And I don't see why not. Because like, look, every other sport, New York and LA. New York and LA, they got the people. They can afford the people. Any big free agent, anybody on the trade market wants to go to New York or LA. But not so much with the Knicks. Like apparently Madison Square Garden allegedly is the mecca of basketball. Is it? Why isn't it attracting all this people? How come every single season I hear a rumor about somebody that wants to play in Madison Square Garden? Somebody grew up a Knicks fan. Somebody wants to move to New York. Somebody wants to get all that big New York money, and they never go.
The common link is James Dolan.
Yeah.
It's 100%, I think. I just think that nobody wants to go play for that guy right now. You got him yelling at fans and kicking people out of the stadium for life for heckling the team and heckling him and just.
Yeah, I mean, even your own ex-players you kicked out.
He managed to make Charles Oakley the good guy.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's just, you have to go out of your way to make Charles Oakley the good guy in the situation.
That is a very hard feat to accomplish. But
when Oakley is the rational one in the argument, we have a huge issue.
because he was correct.
No, he was for sure.
But look, sorry, Knicks fans, you should be happy. I know it's hard to say, like getting beat by a lower seeded team, you can't be happy. But look, you made it to the playoffs. I thought you're going to be a lottery pick. You won a series in the playoffs. Congratulations. Like, this is something to build upon. This is something to be happy about. This is something to celebrate for next season. But look, you're one or maybe two pieces away, Knicks fan, and you're getting beat single-handedly by Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I mean, the phone booth, the locker may as well be a phone booth back there because he's just putting on the Superman cape and coming out and taking over.
And he does it so effortlessly too. Yeah. Like every once in a while, you'll see like a little highlight play, but it's very rare. He does it calmly. He does it smoothly. He distributes the ball. He gets the defense set up where they're supposed to be. He's just like playing chess out there, and New York is playing hi-ho Cheerio. It is fun to watch. Like I want the Knicks to be good.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's one of those franchises that the league is better when the Knicks are relevant.
And it took me like half a season to realize that the Heat have Kevin Love.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, hey, Kevin Love is back.
He's been drawing charges all season long.
Yeah. Playing 12 really solid minutes every night.
God, he's aged. He's like looking gray, and he's doing his thing, but he looks. You forgot about him for so long, he turned into an old man on you.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's been a long time since triple double every game Minnesota Timberwolves Kevin Love.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since then. We're gonna switch from New York, Miami, to Golden State, Los Angeles when we get back, and we're getting the perspective of Lakers fanboy, voice of your New Mexico Lobos, Rob Portnoy, joins us when we get back. You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by GetRefunds.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. If you own a business and still haven't applied for the payroll tax refund, we want to pay a licensed tax attorney to see if you're eligible to receive up to $36,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Right now, we are seeing more slowdown southbound on 825 and to Montgomery. Right now, things moving slow starting around Jefferson. Those sounds past the river. Northbound I-25, things moving slow there. And west of the city, I-40 eastbound, we are seeing severe delays in the Rio Grande Estates area. So watch out if you're driving out that way.
This report brought to you by Keller's Farm Stores. This Mother's Day, Keller's Farm Stores has salmon, shrimp, scallops, and every cut of choice beef you could want. Not to mention tender, flavorful local lamb. Don't forget the lobster tails and crab legs. Mom loves those too. You make it Candelaria and Coors and Ventano.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio.
Win tickets to Pretty Sad at Atlanta Amphitheater on August 27th. Listen to the opening drive all this week for a chance to win. 50 Cent with special guest Busta Rhymes.
You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more.
And text
I'm good. How are you doing?
for an additional chance to win. From 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I am no longer.
You need to do like me and hire Certipro painters. You will drive up to your home, and that stucco will look brand new.
Thank you so much.
Home,
Hey, you too.
and
Have a
it will
great day.
increase the value of your home. They're honest, they're clean, and they have attention to detail. Your home will look amazing. Each Certipro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at Certipro.com. That's Certa with a C. for your home or business.
When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, search engines won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com.
Ladies, fall in.
What's up, Coach?
You can't play soccer in sweatpants and dresses.
Don't you think we know that? If we had real team uniforms, we wouldn't embarrass you like this.
Point taken. I'll make a call.
Time for real team uniforms and professional office apparel. Graphic Connection has great designs, years of experience, and over 300,000 products.
Coach, these new uniforms are awesome!
Right? Told you I'd take care of it.
Graphic Connection.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk, I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill each morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights. Open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? Good news. There's a new way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. Call U.S. Tax Shield, A+ rated with the BBB. 800-391-5063 for your free consultation, and let U.S. Tax Shield protect you from the IRS.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show is up next at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. Listen to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. We wouldn't be here without our friends and partners in the community, such as ABQ Axe. It's Throwing Thursdays every other Thursday at ABQ Axe. This Thursday, we'll be down at Red Door downtown, but the following Thursday, we'll be back at ABQ Axe. Don't miss all the action there. The boys will give you $7.50 off per person, per lane. And look, we're going to keep you safe. We're going to teach you how to do it. And you can have yourself a little oat soda by Red Door while you're there. Joining us on the Sports Animal Hotline, friend in real life, friend of the show, your favorite in the Albuquerque sports entertainment business, voice of your Lobos, Rob Portnoy. What's happening, my dude?
Man, I'm good, buddy. How are you doing, brother?
Good, man. Busy but good. Just out here living. LIVIN, man. So what's going on in the world of UNM Lobo baseball? We're going to catch some momentum at the end of the season and take us into the Mountain West tournament?
It's definitely a strong possibility. They swept Fresno State in their last home series 2 weekends ago, but this past weekend they went on the road and dropped 2 or 3 at UNLV. They had a 3-game edge in the loss column on the Fresno State Bulldogs in the standings going into the weekend. They come out, that lead is down to 2 in the loss column now. They do have the tiebreaker though, so they finished tied with Fresno State. They'll make the tournament. That's kind of the team that they're jockeying with right now for the 4th spot in the conference. If the Lobos had won on Sunday, obviously it would have been huge to take 2 or 3 in Vegas. But they come back home. They've got 4 at home this weekend against Nevada, and a series win this weekend would go a long, long way to qualifying for the Mountain West tournament for the first time since 2017.
When your buddy Josh Sushan is warming up his voice at the beginning of the year, he calls a little Nevada baseball. Did you pick his brain at all, how we're going to sweep 4 games from Nevada?
Well, we've already played them once, so that helps. The Lobos went to Reno earlier this year, and in fact, Nevada got a break, man. There's no other way to put it. They got a huge break. The Lobos had boat raced them 2 straight, and UNM at that time, Isaac Gallegos, their Sunday starting pitcher, was throwing as well as anybody in the conference. he was lined up to pitch the Sunday game. I learned something new about the Mountain West Conference as a result of the postponement of that game in Reno in the finale of that series. They only played two. The Lobos won them both. The game on Sunday got postponed, and it'll be made up this weekend as part of that 4-game set. They'll play a doubleheader on Friday at Santa Ana Star Field. The Mountain West Conference has a rule that if the feels-like temperature, in other words, the temperature that factors in the wind chill, if it is 32 or less, 32 or lower, the game cannot start. They cannot play. And unfortunately, the forecast for that day was to not have that temperature, that feels like temperature, get over 32. The funniest part of the whole thing is by the time that they decided to go ahead and postpone the game, make it up later in the year, which is this weekend now here in Albuquerque, the sun was out because of the field turf playing surface. It was definitely warmer than 32 on the field. Both teams are actually on the field working out. They got some pitchers, some bullpens, and things like that before they hopped on their plane back from Reno. But that's all water under the bridge. The Lobos didn't get a chance to sweep them. So 4 games this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it.
You would figure that the coaches and umpire and maybe team captain would get together and say, no, we're okay. Let's go.
Yeah, you'd like to think that discretion would be available. I don't know what the reasoning behind the league-wide rule is, but there's no wiggle room. I don't know if they think it's a safety issue or what, but if it feels like temperature's not over 32, then you can't play. So that's the way it happened. And yeah, the sun was out. It was not a great weather weekend, but the Lobos and Wolfpack played 2 games prior to that, and everything was just fine. It just was because the temperature was going to be a little bit lower. They couldn't play. A bizarre one, but there you go.
All right, well, let's sweep Nevada and take that momentum into the Mountain West tournament and do some damage. I think they got the bats. If the pitching can hold up, I think the Lobos can do some damage throughout the rest of the season. But the real reason I wanted you on today, because I am a bandwagon boy this year. I was outspoken right before the playoffs that the Lakers have the best defense in the NBA, and LeBron James and Anthony Davis are going into this playoffs healthy, and they are going to win the NBA championship this year, and they are proving me right so far. Rob, how do you feel about yours/ours Los Angeles Lakers?
You pulled out a pretty impressive crystal ball there, bro. You know what's funny? You're talking about their defense and how good they are, and that's all true. But the all defense was just announced for the NBA, and Anthony Davis is neither on the first nor the second team. Now, I know he missed a ton of games. That probably disqualifies him. But if he's not one of the top 10 defensive players in the league, then you and I have no idea what we're talking about.
Sure.
But, yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I look back at the last crucial possession there for the Warriors when they needed a bucket, and Steph, he had AD out in space, and I would have bet $1 million that he'd drive him, and instead he hit. He took that little one-legged step back mid-range, and honestly, it was right on line, and it was halfway down, and it hit the front of the back and the rim like 500 times before it popped out. And if it goes in, they lead by 1, and who knows what happens from there. But it didn't, and Lonnie grabbed the rebound and hit 2 free throws, and Steph got 2 more shots at it to tie. But he was clearly uncomfortable being guarded by Davis at the end of the game. Fascinating that the way that the Warriors had built a lead in the game and sort of put the Lakers on the brink. I think it's pretty fair to say that was a must-win from my perspective as a Laker fan. Looking at that, they were not going to lose that game at home last night and then go on to win the series. It's just my opinion. And they did pull it off, but the way that the Warriors got the lead was obviously bringing somebody to Steph and putting him in screen roll action, and it was almost unguardable. Well, the Lakers ultimately realized that, okay, you know what, if you're going to bring AD's man to Steph to screen, then what we're doing is not working. We're just going to switch it and let AD guard him. And It looked a lot like when Steph tried to shoot over Kevin Love back in the day when the Warriors were battling the Cavs and missed. Drive the big man, just drive the big man and draw a double team or something. I don't know. It's easy for me to say, but I couldn't have been happier, man.
Rob, the Lakers not only are playing great defense, but it seems like they're shaking up the Warriors. Whatever they're doing to them, the Warriors are losing their composure. It seems like Steve Kerr isn't coaching his best game, and Steph Curry is making dumb mistakes. Like when Curry got that loose ball and then just yeeted it out of bounds to no one. Like they had a timeout there. I mean, Steph Curry being the distributor of the ball all game built them a double-digit lead, and then he goes back to being the shooter in clutch for when it matters the most. Do you feel like the Lakers are playing such good defense and have such a good game plan that the Warriors are just shook?
Well, certainly they got in the Warriors' head in Game 3. I mean, that was one of Coach Kerr's number one comments post-game was how the Warriors lost their cool. We know that can happen to Draymond Green, but it wasn't just Draymond. I mean, they shot themselves in the foot big time. A lot of favorite sports game, but that was the case in Game 3. There's no question about it. And that game got away from them in a hurry as a result. And then we know what happened 9 minutes to go, and Kerr pulled all of his guys. The thing that has surprised me most about the series, and we heard that, Looney is sick, and that's what's limiting his minutes, and that may be the case. I'm not saying that it's not, but it sure has looked kind of funny to me that while the Lakers have stayed consistent with their starting five, Kerr has adjusted his now twice in the series. Very reactionary, and he's kind of a savant. And when he first went to DeMichael Green, it looked like the most brilliant coaching move ever because Green spreads the floor, he can shoot the three, when Looney can't, and the Lakers, got boat raced in the second game, right? LeBron and AD didn't even play in the fourth quarter of Game 2. But, they try to go with it again the next game. It doesn't play out exactly the same way. And when I saw that Gary Payton Jr. was going to be in the starting lineup for the Warriors in Game 4, I was like, whoa, this is a really big departure from what they've done over the course of the year. Now, all that said, reality is that if Klay Thompson shoots the ball even a little bit better in LA, then maybe they get out of there with 1 out of 2 from the Warriors' perspective, right? He did not have a good game either Game 3 or Game 4. But Jordan Poole has completely disappeared. And, what in the world with Jordan Poole only playing 10 minutes in Game 4? Just shocking to me. Like, there's a player that you can't lose faith in. To me, if you're Steve Kerr, you've got to play him. He's a critical bench piece, scorer off the bench, and I'm not sure that the other guys who've been, getting some of those minutes are capable in the way that Poole is. I'd be doing everything I could to build that guy's confidence right now. Armchair quarterback is our favorite thing to do, right?
Naturally.
But man, oh man, it's interesting, fascinating to watch the way things have played out. And the most unbelievable thing from the Lakers' perspective to me is how well they have been able to manage and it's not that LeBron is playing fewer minutes necessarily, but it's like a pitcher, and I know you're a massive baseball guy, and you understand the difference between stressful, pitches and ones that are not.
Sure.
And LeBron is getting to play off of the ball now so much rather than initiating every single offensive possession the way that he has in the past, because the Lakers can put the ball in D'Lo's hands when he's playing well. He didn't even play well yesterday, and the Lakers still won. They can put the ball in Reeves' hands, and he can initiate. And then the craziest thing of all that has happened throughout the entire postseason is that a guy who had completely fallen out of the rotation in Lonnie Walker, he ends up with the ball in his hand, multiple possessions in crunch time in the last 5 minutes of that game yesterday. That was unbelievable.
I mean, that shows how, number one, how good you are at your job, because obviously my next question was going to be about Lonnie Walker IV. You know that we love lists here, Rob. You know, we got the I-9 varsity. We got
in the middle.
our top
Jumping right on break here.
all-time list. I got a list.
Andres, cool. It's Tyler.
This is the history of Los Angeles Lakers playoff basketball.
Fairly new to doing this.
Lakers scored 15 points.
The hustle for a little while. I've worked at
They are Shaquille
AGM,
O'Neal,
so I worked at like
Kobe
KISS
Bryant,
radio stations for a little while.
LeBron James,
But this is the first time doing like live radio.
and now
It's
Lonnie
like in the
Walker
studio
the
right in
fourth.
that moment. Yeah, it's cool though, man.
Isn't that crazy? Number
See comedy, man. So I know Buck D.
quarter. How much
Buck D through comedy? We've been doing shows together. And so
hasn't
we
scored
linked up and started doing a show at the Hustle. We were doing Monday through Fridays.
and he goes
show over
off
there, which was
to
cool,
give your
man.
team
I
a
like that. We're
3-1
talking
lead.
about Kodak Black.
There's so many numbers that we can talk about.
It was cool, man.
This one blew me away when I saw it. He scored 23 points in the entire playoffs.
Some basic
He scored 27 points in the last
all that promos is exactly
so
Comregs,
clearly something that happened, and it's a combination of things. And I think there are many great analysts. You can say what you want about different guys, but
from there it's just been like
Gunny has been on
production
point
experience,
a lot
on air
with his
experience.
observations about tactical changes and things that have been done from a coaching standpoint, and a personnel standpoint over the course of the series.
This is
And-
part time, but it's kind of
and
full time.
he
It could be
focused a
more
lot
full
on
time if I was trying to
garbage
make it more
time
full-time,
minutes
but like where I am with
that
the stand-up club and
Walker
everything,
got
it's like I can't work too many of the baseball
Lakers
games.
starters
like
didn't
that,
even
so
play the
I
fourth
pretty much
quarter
just help them
because
with their
the
show
Warriors
3
blown
days a
them out
week.
already.
Okay.
And Walker played a good sport.
Chill stuff, man.
Then he comes back in game 3.
So you own the club?
Minutes,
Oh,
scores
so
12.
I'm the
And now all
resident
of a
host,
sudden,
they call it. But it's pretty just me that just run all the shows over there.
It's one thing to score 12 points in some important minutes and your team ends up blowing out the Warriors and the Warriors pull their starters with 9 minutes left. That's a different deal than playing the last 5 minutes of a one-possession game against the defending champion and coming up with a 15-point fourth-quarter performance. What he did yesterday is historic in so many ways because I wanted to remember, being a Lakers honk, I wanted to remember what a significant role he played on the team before all the moves at the deadline. Like February 9th for this young man's season was like a seminal moment. I mean, he played 31 minutes that day and he scored 15 points. And then from that point forward, after all the deadline deals were completed, and the roster was completely remade, his minutes fell consistent. Nobody will remember unless you're Laker fans. And I wouldn't have known the number until I looked it up, but I knew what an important role he had on a terrible team. They were a terrible first half team. They were awful before the break. And he scored 18 points a game in December and averaged more than 31 minutes a game in December. By the time you get post-deadline and you get into February, averaging 15 minutes a game, he was a non-factor, and to stay ready, to be prepared, and then the other things that have to happen, like this is the thing that Sam Gunny didn't point out, is that players like Troy Brown Jr. completely fell off a cliff. Malik Beasley, who is the best three-point shooter on this roster in terms of their career, fallen off a cliff. And these minutes became available. And Walker scored, not just to shoot, he's a scorer. He can do it at all different levels. And he took his opportunity and ran with it. It's just an amazing story. It's one of those Cinderella things. And it's not that he wasn't prepared or was completely unknown. It's just that it was so unexpected.
Lonnie Legend will not buy a drink in Los Angeles for the rest of his life. I love seeing it so much. I got chills watching the fourth quarter. It was so cool. I can only imagine what his friends and family must be thinking while they're watching that fourth quarter. Rob, right up against it. Does this series make it back to LA?
Absolutely. There's no way that the champs lose on their home floor. And it would not surprise me at all if it's another.
I was gonna say because then you go straight to games, right?
On an AD or on the bench with 8 or 9 minutes to go.
And then as these games are over,
it's
right back on. Yeah, it's like
reality.
Right back to
Ron Tank can't run completely full. They're playing every other day, and unless the Warriors have an off shooting night and the Lakers can hang around, then they'll take their shot in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, it's all in the game 6 basket. Guaranteed that's the way it'll play out. Unless the Warriors have an off shooting night, and I don't see that happening in their gym.
I see it the exact same way as you, Rob. Rob, you are an absolute talent. Thanks for being a friend. Thanks for being a friend of the show. Hope all is well with you and yours.
Hey, man, same to you, man. I love doing it anytime. And,
Then you already know.
Appreciate you, my man. When we get back, we'll put a bow on this Lakers talk. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
That's it, man. That's it. Anything where you're like self-starting something. We're tripping out here.
This report is sponsored by
So you are good
Wendy's.
to go. You can roll in there and just check it out.
Wendy's Big Effect. Pick your go-to meal deal with your choice of JBC, double stack or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fries, and a small soft drink. Biggie hits every time. So grab a Biggie bag today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Seeing more congestion on Paseo headed west this afternoon. That's going to start at Jefferson. It'll last until 4s. Southbound on I-25, things are slow go from Osuna to Macomb. Northbound on I-25, Gibson to Central, congestion there. Westbound on I-40. Will go right now. And west of the city, I-40 eastbound, still seeing severe delays in the Rio Perco Estates area.
Oh, what'd you think?
Traveling out that way this afternoon. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Sean Morash with a CBS Sports Minute sponsored by Angie. It's easier than ever to get home projects done well. Get started at Angie.com. NFL on Thursday night. Despite the fact Christmas Day is a Monday, the league will still go back to a triple header. Yes, kids, stop opening those gifts. The Dolphins are playing the Vikings. Dad's got a parlay. Take a laugh, Roger. I'm Sean Morash.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Texans, I love what it represents. Nick Caserio and the Texans took a big brass swing. They got their quarterback of the future in C.J. Stroud. Then with the third pick, they got the pass rusher of their future in Will Anderson. I can appreciate a team taking a big swing and a major gamble, and that's what they did. So rather than kill them for it, I'm here to praise them for it. What do you say we all wait more than 1 minute to declare them a disaster?
The Jim Rome Show. On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details. And prescription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same? It costs as low as $3 per dose, and you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at just $3 per dose. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but only $3 per dose. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport.
Talking as hard as anything else. Talking as loud as we can go.
I really enjoy it.
Oh, man. What about Ben? Yeah, what about that? Why? You said post.
So it's getting the radio, but not the mic. Yeah, it's getting the radio, but it's also talking over the speaker.
Oh, off your laptop.
Every time you buy gas, use promo code SCORE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands.
Just on the online, or is it doing it on?
The people are hearing it on.
That's code SCORE.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along.
Well, no, I feel like
you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco. president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even in the most difficult jobs. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employees who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The Jim Rome Show.
I love the game. I don't play the game.
Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. It's a little quickie right here before we go to commercial
Back
break.
to
Get you to the top of
program,
the
Duke City.
hour.
A little quickie right here
Lonnie
for
Walker the fourth is a dude. Like watching him play and watching him create space. Like I know, obviously the Warriors, they're going to key
Walker the
on
fourth.
LeBron James and
I know,
Anthony
obviously
Davis.
the Warriors.
But how do you not put a body on this guy? He was doing whatever he wanted.
Not put a
Like,
body
he
on.
was creating shots, obviously. But he just like every time he had the ball, he was wide open.
Yeah, I mean him and Austin Reeves were both kind of
Him and Austin Reeves were both kind of creating, and I think that was kind of the difference was having that secondary help. The superstars that Steph just wasn't getting. I think kind of
But that's what the Warriors have to do. Like the Lakers, they have really good pieces. Like
the Lakers,
you know, Reeves is a dude. Rui Hashimura
Really
is a
good
dude. Now that we know, Lonnie Walker the fourth, he's a dude. I mean, he creates more problems for the Warriors, but you shut down LeBron James and AD, and you put it on those other dudes' back. Right?
Well, yeah, they're proving that they can handle the load. They can take it and run with the ball, and
proving that they can
secondary offense that
run with the ball
win championships. You need those kind of guys
and be that kind of secondary offense.
Apologies to our friends watching from Facebook and YouTube.
Guys,
little tech tips, but
Sounds good on the radio, I hear. Got some encouragement that the product is not affected on the 16,000 plus people listening to us live right now. So we got 1 hour in the books. Excited for a good program. Next hour, we will also be joined again by Luke Mark with the voice of a generation, really, Luke. I mean, that's what you are.
We're still trying to figure out which generation.
You're transcendental. You can do both. Andres Trujillo of the NM Runners and New Mexico Games joins us next hour as well. And some info on the New Mexico Games, how to participate and how to be a fan and what to expect. And we're going to talk some more sports and sports-adjacent content. Got some more NFL and NBA talk coming up all 5 o'clock hour. Having a lot of fun with it here. 2 men on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This message brought to you by San Diego Golf Club. Our state's best golf course, voted on by golfers. The San Diego Golf Club, committed to providing the best experience and best conditions to golfers of all levels. There's nothing like it. Visit sandiegogolf.com for the best available rates and to book your tee time today. We'll see you on the tee.
Taking a look at traffic right now. Southbound on I-25, you're going to run into slowdowns as you approach Osuna. Those are going to last until Montgomery. Westbound on Paseo, congestion starting at Jefferson. That runs until the river. Northbound on I-25, Gibson to Central. Things moving slow there. Westbound on I-40, the interchange course. Things moving slow there. West of the city, seeing a lot of slowdowns on I-50. Eastbound, a lot of delays in the Rio Perco Estates area. Do be aware of that if you're traveling in that area. Also, eastbound Montgomery right now between Carlisle and San Mateo. Things moving very slow in that area. Looks like a lot of people trying to get into the new Raising Cane's.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Andrew Bogut with It's no secret that teams have limited patience these days. You need to win now, but even winning doesn't buy you much time. When the Bucks fired Mike Budenholzer last week, that made 3 of the last 4 NBA title-winning coaches to lose his job, following Nick Nurse in Toronto and Frank Vogel with the Lakers. And when the Rangers fired Gerard Gallant over the weekend, it meant that all 3 NHL Coach of the Year finalists from last season no longer have those jobs. Gallant got the boot for flaming out in round 1 to the Devils, despite 99 wins over the last 2 regular seasons and last spring's unexpected trip to the Eastern Conference Final. The Flames fired Daryl Sutter after missing this postseason, and the Panthers didn't give interim Andrew Burnett the full-time job a year ago, despite leading them to the best record in the league. How are you supposed to keep a job these days? I'm Andrew Bogut.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweat, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you can achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Injury Lawyers is a leading personal injury law firm in Albuquerque with a history of winning big for clients. The lawyers at GVI Law focus on catastrophic injury cases, including semi-truck wrecks, drunk driving car wrecks, and oil field injuries. They win, and they win big for their clients.
Ever wonder why your business doesn't show up on online search maps, but your competitors do? It's hundreds of things. Things that Cumulus Boost can identify and fix. And that's how we boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
1 hour in the books, Duke City. Hopefully it's quitting time. No matter where you're listening to us, whether it's 95.9 FM or AM 610 or talkabq.com or the TuneIn app or the KNML app or sometime in the future on Spotify or Apple or Stitcher or SoundCloud, or you had somebody print out the notes of the show on the internet and you're reading it at the park under the shade tree, trying to steal some of my jokes. However you're listening, thanks for being a friend of the show. We love you more. Check out our social media content on Instagram at TalkABQ, 2 Men on Facebook, and somebody runs our Twitter. I don't know what it is. I draw the line at tweeting, Luke.
I have never tweeted.
You have yet to tweet?
Yet to tweet.
You know, I'm just too verbose. You know, I don't want to be limited by 140 characters or whatever it may be.
You can get away with that by subscribing $7.99 a month. And you can get more than 140 characters.
Is that the
Twitter
truth?
Blue, Twitter Blue. That's what Elon Musk has set up for everybody.
That is the voice of Andres Trujillo, owner-operator of your favorite family-friendly sports fun.
I'm trying to get logged in.
The NM runners out at our friends at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Also, wait, I mean, I don't even know your title.
Executive director.
Executive director of the New Mexico Games. I just call you Jefe.
He's the Grand Poobah.
There it is. GP for short, Grand Poobah.
I try.
Friend in real life, friend of the show, frequent contributor to the program, Andres Trujillo. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Had a lot of fun. First hour of the program. I'm going to keep it going here with you and Luke and Tyler Lovely on the other side of the glass.
Yeah, I just met Tyler. Great guy.
Yeah.
Comedy, man. He's got a comedy background, talking a little bit about what's it called? Dry Heat? Is that the club?
Dry Heat.
Ah, and a Buck D rocking and rolling with that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're stone cold killers out here in the Albuquerque comedy community.
This is a launch pad for future comedians and success. So I'm just waiting to catch my big break.
Yeah, 505-246-0610. Give us a call, shoot us a text. Would you like for your resume to be submitted so you can be the next great comic? But you got to be a producer for 2 Men On first.
So there's qualifications, I guess, right?
Yes. You know how like every girl who breaks up with me, Andres, eventually is like happy and they find their partner. It's the exact same thing with comedians on this program.
The good luck Chuck effect.
Exactly.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Classic. I like that movie. That's a great movie.
All right, so Andres, we had a little press conference today. Today was the opening ceremonies of the New Mexico Games. You lit the torch.
The 2023 34th annual New Mexico Games.
34th annual?
Yeah.
That's like 1.5 Tylers.
Since 1989.
So what's different and unique about this year? Because, so many New Mexicans in Albuquerque and surrounding areas all over the state, expats come back to New Mexico to compete in these games. Like, what does it make this so special that attracts such great people?
Well, I think, New Mexico Games has such a history since 1989. Competition has always been at the forefront of New Mexicans in athletics, and everybody wants to compete somehow. And I think New Mexicans have a sense of pride whenever they do compete. Doesn't matter what sport it is, with basketball, archery, bowling, you name it. People want to compete. And so the New Mexico Games provides that platform for folks to compete, go for gold, and prove themselves, hey, I'm worthy to take gold, and I'm the best in the state at what I'm doing. And that's what's really cool about what we do at the New Mexico Games.
When is the official kickoff, first pitch, the first day? What's the first competition? When does it start?
First tip-off.
There
Does
we
that
go.
give you a hint?
What sport could it be, Andres Pertel?
So our first sport and of course tip-off of the New Mexico Games is our iconic Memorial Day weekend basketball tournament, taking place May 26th through the 29th at UNM Johnson Gym. And so 7 courts over at Johnson Gym, going to be hustling and bustling from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with a ton of teams. And we're really excited for that because, again, the New Mexico Games basketball tournament is the iconic Memorial Day weekend basketball tournament. It has for 34 years.
You don't need any help signing people up. People have been planning on this year round. But let's say somebody is just hearing
on venue and date confirmations before we release those. And so, of course, we got basketball rolling in, we got swimming rolling in, we got judo, we got tennis, we got archery, bowling, pickleball.
I was going to ask if pickleball had made its way in.
Now pickleball is one of the hottest sports as we're seeing. It just grows, and it's not just isolated to one age demographic. It's across the entire spectrum. So it's really cool that we're seeing that. And not only that, our pickleball tournament is August 4th through 6th over at Manzano Mesa pickleball courts, which are phenomenal. And shout out to the city of Albuquerque for really having great facilities there. But we're also having prize money there in pickleball for our doubles, men's open and women's open. So, hey, our goal here is not to just to have New Mexicans compete. Obviously, that's priority first and foremost. But we want to have people from out of state come in and compete in the New Mexico Games as well. Drive tourism, help our partners over at Visit Albuquerque, Visit Las Cruces, and so on and so forth.
Well, where does the prize money come from these? Is it the corporate sponsors that give it in? Like for example, like pickleball, like obviously Centrum Silver and Metamucil.
I figured Vlasic would get in on that.
Yeah. Man, throwing out those endorsements I see. That's what we're trying to
seeing what we can do.
So through our partners throughout the games, our partners coming together and putting up some cash. Of course, City of Albuquerque is the forefront of that as we work with them in growing sports within the Albuquerque area.
Pickleball seems like that perfect sport if you want to get a little bit of exercise, but not too much exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
Something I can get behind.
It's like a hybrid of like 4 different other racket sports.
Oh yeah,
with less movement.
Oh yeah.
By the way, high level of skill involved.
It's not as easy as people think.
Oh
no, it is not.
Especially if you're going up against somebody who's actually knows what they're doing and actually are very competitive. It's not as easy as you think. You're not just hit the paddle, hit the wiffle ball, and that's that. No, these guys know what they're doing, and it's pretty fun to watch.
I'm sure you talk to a lot of pickleballers and pickleball teams. Like, what is it about pickleball, do you think, that makes it just on the rise in this country?
I think what makes it popular, I think what makes it an attractive sport to get into is because no matter what age you are, you can compete against anybody of any age. So, I mean, you have kids out there that are 15 years old competing against 40-year-olds. That's what makes it beautiful. You got folks that are in 60s that are in tip-top shape going against 30-year-olds. So I think it eliminates that age barrier, and this makes it accessible to anybody of all ages.
One thing I love about the New Mexico Games is the venues for all these sports. It's a mix of city and county and state property, but also you got local businesses sprinkled in too. Like, you got your archery shop, your Duke City BMX, your 10 Pins and More. Like, what is it like getting together with all these community figures and saying like, hey, we got space here at the park, but also we want to access your spaces?
Yeah. So when we deal with the New Mexico Games is our philosophy is to work with partners. And in reality, when we have partnerships, everything grows together. And that's the key. And I think sometimes we feel like crabs in a bucket here sometimes in our community, but this is a way we can help our businesses, our partners grow. If archery shop, like you mentioned, we've been partners with the archery shop for many years, and one thing we do is as we do our competition there, it actually exposes the community. Even if they've never tried archery and they want to try in the New Mexico Games, it's an opportunity for them to try it out. And then these businesses will actually get repeat customers and repeat athletes that come in and participate and spend a little bit of money on equipment and things like that. So that's our goal. Our goal is to drive traffic to our community partners and community businesses.
So can we start lobbying for axe throwing in the
okay, this is an interesting story.
That was actually one of our sports that we actually tried to figure out in 2021. At the end of 2021, I mean, we had a half a year in 2021, but we also looked at it in 2022. But unfortunately, our insurance does not cover axe throwing. It's considered too risky of a sport.
It is so safe though.
So as long as you have on that too.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a safe sport. You got nets and you got, lanes, and I thought it was a fantastic concept. But yeah, unfortunately, insurance said, no.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm much more likely to injure myself playing basketball at this point in my life than I am throwing axes.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Yeah. And and the thing is too, we tried different sports like drone racing. We thought that would have been a phenomenal event to put into play. And same thing. Insurance said, nope, too risky. when you could put nets up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you got it about as risky as you can right now. I mean, how many more sports can you possibly stuff into the New Mexico games? It feels like you got almost literally everything covered.
yeah, and the thing is that New Mexico Games runs from May through November every year.
Oh, wow.
And which is really interesting and unique for the New Mexico Games. And so we're members of the State Games of America. And other states, I want to say there's like 38 other states that are members of the State Games of America. Most of the states, whether it's Michigan, maybe Texas, Iowa, they usually have their cluster of games in a week's time or a 2-week period. New Mexico Games has a unique opportunity to run from May through November and spread them out, which is awesome. One, because it gives athletes a chance to compete, not just in one sport, but in many.
Sure.
And that's the whole point of the games. Our mission is to bring New Mexicans together and form those relationships.
And you're talking about spreading it out through the year, but we're also spreading it out throughout the state, right? This isn't just the Albuquerque games. So we have games where else in the state?
Yeah. So what's really cool about this year's partnerships is we partnered with Visit Las Cruces, their Convention Visitors Bureau down there. And we actually are having 3 sporting events down in Cruces this year. And that is judo, karate, and cornhole. So, I mean, this is a first for the New Mexico Games. And it's cool because our goal is to make it accessible for folks to be able to participate in multiple events. And I know there's plenty of people down in Las Cruces. Maybe they don't want to make the trek to Albuquerque, but they want to compete in the New Mexico Games. So Las Cruces has a few sports that they can take their choice and try something. And then also we actually have our indoor court sports like racquetball, paddleball, handball, squash, and all that. That is taking place in Las Vegas, New Mexico, over at the Highlands Racquetball Courts and the Abe Montoya Recreation Center. So it's really cool to see the evolution of the New Mexico Games really spread its footprint across the entire state, and that's just something we're really proud of doing this year.
If you're interested in participating, if you're interested in being a spectator, if you're interested in being a partner, everything goes down on newmexicogames.org. NEWMEXICOGAMES.org, not MNM games, New Mexico Games.
Spelled out.
.org.
Yeah.
All right, Andres, Executive Director of New Mexico Games. Thank you so much. You ready to take your Executive Director hat off and put your sports and sports adjacent hat on?
I'm always ready, man. You know me. I'm ready to jump in feet first. Come on.
More 2 Men On when we get back. 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Well, traffic right now, westbound on Paseo, dealing with congestion between Jefferson and the river. I-25 southbound, things moving slow as you approach Osuna. That'll last until Montgomery. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central. That's a slow go right now. Westbound on I-40, dealing with congestion between the interchange and Coors. West of the city, I-40 eastbound, seeing severe delays still in the Rio Perco Estates area. Be careful, be patient going through there. It does look like traffic is starting to move, but still a lot of slowdowns and backups there. Also, eastbound Montgomery, things moving very slow between Carlisle and San Mateo. Looks like a lot of people trying to get into the Raising Cane's this afternoon, and that is causing a lot of slowdowns. Also, southbound on Coors at Montano, seeing congestion there as well. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Jim Rome.
The thing the Boston Celtics did not want to have happen did happen, and it should have never happened. Up 13 in the fourth quarter in an elimination game against the underdog Hawks at home. Foot on their throat, and they choked. Teams with legitimate championship aspirations do not melt down like that. If you let Trae Young stick around long enough, he might start doing Trae Young things. They've got nobody to blame but themselves.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, procrastination. Leave it to me to last minute shop for Mother's Day.
It snuck up on me too. Luckily, Kohl's has gifts for under $50, like Sephora beauty favorites, comfy activewear, the latest tech.
Wow, not bad for the last minute.
Right? I found something so perfect for all the moms in my life.
Yep, I'm convinced. Here I come, Kohl's.
Select styles, Sephora coupons, and Kohl's Cash do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
One search engine is used by 9 out of 10 consumers. Hint, the name begins with a G. And there are hundreds of things that go into being ranked highly by that engine. Your website, your business profile, even your social accounts. A couple of slip-ups and you find yourself on page 7. But at Cumulus Boost, we have the experts and resources to fix what's wrong and boost your findability so you can rank higher than your competition. Get started today at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS boost.com.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Here we go. Welcome back to the program, Duke City. You listen to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. We're live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We play on Team I-9. We start our days at the YMCA. Burger and a shake, that goes down at the 66 Diner with the boys in the weekends. That's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. Teller Vodka, boys, get excited. Sometime soon, sometime in the near future, hopefully beginning of June, they're dropping their Teller tea. It is like a semi-sweet sun tea with delicious Teller vodka in it. And I can't wait to drink all of it.
Yeah, that just sounds dangerous.
It is so. I've had some samples. I've had some of their batches throughout the last few months. Their last batch that they're actually going to produce and can. It is mwah. It is perfect.
Can't taste any of the alcohol. Is it?
No, not at all. No.
And that's why it's dangerous.
Yes.
Drinking that in the sun is just
Yeah. A lot of Teller teas in the sun on the golf course this summer. Count me excited. Congratulations to both Ray Allen and Justin Fields. They both went back to school and completed their degree.
Nothing wrong with that. That's
all
cool.
right.
That's cool.
Good job, guys. After Ray Allen had a Hall of Fame basketball career, fulfilled a promise to mama to go finish his degree, and he did. He walked across the stage, moved the tassel to the other side of the hat. I have no idea if it's left to right or right to left, but whatever that means, he shifted his tassel over, and 2 decades later, he has his degree. Conversely, Justin Fields, the last 2 off seasons, has been attending Ohio State University, and he got his degree last week as well. So one of these is a beautiful story, and one of these is going to be a scapegoat when Justin Fields sucks this year. It's like, we are not Chicago Bears organization. We are not paying you to go back to school to study earth science or university studies or English as a second language or underwater basket weaving.
The triple Lindy.
Yes, whatever. Whatever cliched degree athletes get, whatever fake degrees
University
athletes.
studies.
Exactly.
That's the one that always gets me. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like, yeah.
I'm a business major.
Okay, so Justin Fields had his bachelor's in consumer and family financial services. That sounds real.
Hey, you know what? That means life after.
Yeah, hopefully he can manage that money that he got in the contract.
Okay, coming up at 6:30, the I-9 varsity of BS degrees.
Ooh.
Okay, stay tuned in the 6:30 segment.
BS stands for bachelor there.
Bachelor of Science degree. So I think that's dope that like Justin Fields like took the time while he was during the off season to get his degree. Like that is really cool. You know how much extra effort that takes? Like
well, it's a little easier for Ray Allen at this point, retired and rich, than it is for Fields, who's still in the midst of it all. So good for him.
I mean, the Bears are probably upset. Like, we want you to sit back and study your playbook. Go throw the ball with your receivers. What are you doing? Consumering and family-eating financial services.
They sent him home with the blank tapes to watch, like they did to
yes, Jamarcus Russell.
The old blank tape trick.
That's probably what his professor did, not the coach. It was like, what do you think about this last DVD I sent you, Justin? Oh, that was a good one. That was a real good
No,
one.
he's more like DVD. What's a DVD?
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
I was
good point.
streaming.
That email I sent you on your brand new notebook. Look, okay, so Bears fans out there, you got an excuse for next year. Congratulations. And by the way, huge Justin Fields homer right here. I think he's a dude. I think he's right-handed Michael Vick. But it all depends on, like, hey, we saw what happened to Kyler Murray last year. He took all the expletive deleted in the world for wanting to play video games instead of studying his playbook. And look at the Cardinals. They suck. I mean, there's no other way to say it. They just suck. They got a good defense. They got good wide receivers. They got a quarterback who they think is going to be their franchise quarterback. Didn't win a lot of games.
Priorities.
Yeah, they definitely took a step back last year with all of that going on. And he's, he was injured a lot. Fields is built a lot differently.
Sure.
Fields is going to be a little more durable, which, good for him because they don't have an offensive line in Chicago, and he's going to be running for his life most of the season. They did address some of that in the draft and the offseason, but.
Well, good for him. I mean, it's even like a real degree, too. Like consumer and family financial services. That's like, hey, I believe you. You actually had to study for this, didn't you?
He's preparing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. What they say? Don't have a fallback, or you got to have a fallback.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, hey, you never know. Injuries, right? Injuries can happen.
Prepares,
you
preparing
never know.
to fail.
Boom.
There you
go.
There
it is.
There it is.
I mean, did you guys see what Tyler Lockett did last week?
I missed it.
Tyler Lockett, receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, has a real estate company, and it's now the official real estate company of the Seattle Seahawks. So if that doesn't scream collusion, I have no idea what. I mean, I'm assuming in the next few days, the newly degreed Justin Fields, there'll be an announcement that Fields Family Financial Services, Fields Financial, is the official financial service of your Chicago Bears.
But you're your best endorsement.
Well,
it's advertising.
Isn't Soldier Field already called something Financial Field now? So it kind of works right in there.
I will never call it anything except for Soldier.
Well, yeah, I know.
You call it whatever you want.
It's like calling the pit, and it's always the pit.
It's the pit.
But
yeah,
Soldier Field is kind of the same. But then they have now they have the 9 different names so they can get more money. You have Bob King Court at University Arena, aka the Pit, Wise Pies, 9 different names, things. It's all So
what is it now?
It's something Financial Field at Soldier Field, or I'll have to look that up. But it plays right into Justin Fields' marketing strategy, I think.
This is great. I mean, this is a great precedent to set for young athletes. That your education matters. Like, it's not all I get into the pros, I get paid. It's not all NIL money. Like, he had to be I mean, this is obviously a cliche, but he probably had to be raised right to care about his education, to want to waste. I mean, to me, it's wasting time going back. Like, he could just hire somebody to run a financial service for him. He could have Fields Financial Service without a degree.
Just make sure it's not an uncle or a cousin. I've seen too many of the athletes
correct
end up broke because their uncle was their financial advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it also keeps him focused. I think that's one of the things that these young athletes lack in today's world, is that they're not focused. And so this is a great way to stay in your lane and stay away from the crazy partying that maybe they might get influenced in, and especially in the off season and things like that. So I think that's definitely, ups on him.
More NFL talk when we get back. Luke Marquith, Andres Trujillo, Tyler Lovely, and I am co-host of Two Men On, Van Nunley. More sports and sports-adjacent content when we get back. You're listening to 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing. Summit Racing has the parts and accessories to get your ride summer road trip ready. With millions of parts from the best brands in stock, you'll find exactly what you need to hit the highway or take the road less traveled. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
Well, traffic right now, southbound on I-25, things moving very slow as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until Comanche. Westbound on Paseo, congestion starting at Jefferson. That'll go into the river. Northbound on I-25, seeing slowdowns between Gibson and Central. Things moving slow westbound on I-40 between the interchange and Coors. Eastbound on Montgomery, things a slow go between Carlisle and San Mateo. Also southbound on Coors right now as you approach Montano, you're going to run into some slowdowns there.
This report brought to you by Keller's Farm Stores. Tenderloins, ribeyes, and New York strips are mom's favorites, and Keller's Farm Stores has them. The most tender, best tasting steaks are at Keller's, Albuquerque's best choice for more than 50 years at 2 locations, Eubank at Candelaria and Coors and Montano.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Joe Ostrowski here to help you beat the books with BetQL. After hitting the under last night, the BetQL model is once again looking at the Nationals and Giants tonight. National starter Patrick Corbin hasn't allowed more than 3 earned runs in a start since April 10th, and the Giants have ace Logan Webb on the mound. So the BetQL model has under 8 as a 5-star best bet. I'm Joe Ostrowski. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
Did you know that Indigo Mortgage has had the same name and ownership for 20 years now? I can think of only a tiny handful of local mortgage companies that can make that claim. I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage, and proud to say that over the last 20 years, we have helped many homeowners in our community finance their homes with honesty and integrity. And in today's mortgage environment, borrowers need an advocate working for them, not an application taker like that with big banks and national lenders. Because Indigo Mortgage is a broker, we can most often find the right mortgage with the lowest rates for our borrowers. And please shop around to be certain that you're getting the best rates and fees on your mortgage. And as always, be sure to include your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage. Find us on the net at indigomortgage.net or by calling 836-5700. That's 836-5700. Indigo Mortgage, NMLS 23-1962 and 188-348.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Summertime is coming quickly. Travel time, road trip time. Call on the Spot Automotive Detailing and be ready. It's Jeff Symbieta. Before the kids are out of school, before you start those summer trips, get your vehicle ready. On the Spot will come to you and detail your car when and where it's convenient for you. Your ride will look, feel, and smell brand new, ready for those family vacations. Ask them about a fresh coat of wax or ceramic coating for extra protection. Schedule now, 505-859-2859 or online at otsdetailing.com.
Take us with you anywhere.
Well, anywhere with cell service.
Download the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
Welcome back, Duke City. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. One of my favorite moments in baseball, and look, everyone knows I'm a baseball homer. It's my first, second, and third favorite sport. And I talk about baseball on this program too much. I get it. I got your feedback, Albuquerque. I got your feedback, surrounding areas. I talk about baseball too much. I've had production meetings with higher-ups at the station telling me, talk more NFL. Fine, I will. I get it. I'm hearing you. But one of my favorite moments in all of baseball happened yesterday. So I'm going to talk about baseball for a second. Have you guys ever seen a national anthem standoff?
Never.
Okay. You familiar, Luke?
No, I'm a little confused right now myself. So.
Okay, so let me explain what you do here. So you know baseball has a lot of national pride. It's a very American sport, even though it was invented in England and we stole it from them like we've done most things in the history of this country. We steal things, we make them better, we make them cheaper, and we give them to everyone. We've done the same thing with baseball.
Cultural appropriation.
Thank you very much. So this has happened forever. It happens every so often, and I'm glad it doesn't happen all the time. But we had ourselves an old-fashioned national anthem standoff in between Red Sox pitcher Cutter Crawford and Phillies pitcher Matt Strahm. So what happened was, gentlemen, you know, before the game, the teams line up on the first and third baseline, take off their hats for the national anthem, and then once that's over, you put your cap back on, you go into the dugout, they announce the lineup, and boom, you go play baseball for 9 innings, okay? Every once in a while, somebody has a little bit of national pride. And they know some dude on the other team has a little bit of national pride. So how this happens is during the national anthem, you have yourself a stare down with who you're going to challenge to a national anthem standoff. And then you give a little nod during the national anthem. And then your teammates disperse. They go get their gloves ready. They put a little pine tar on their bat, make sure their shoelaces are tied, wait for the announcer to announce the lineups, and then they either go hit or they go play in the field. Baseball game starts. But every once in a while, some magic happens. And that happened with Saturday's Phillies-Red Sox game in Philadelphia. And usually, you know, Philly, you know, first capital of this country. A lot of civic pride there, a lot of national pride there. Phillies pitcher Matt Strahm and Red Sox pitcher Cutter Crawford had one of those special moments I was talking about.
The magic.
They gave each other the stink eye, a little nod, and then everyone else dispersed, and they kept their hat in their hands on their hearts, staring up at the flag in center field while everyone else went up about their business. And so what happens next is we have a classic standoff. Who can stand there and stare at the flag the longest? And this time, we had a tie. Because the umpires kicked them both off the field, and they both got tossed out of the game.
Tossed out of the, oh, wow.
Ejected.
They were both ejected out of the game. This is the resolve of Red Sox pitcher Cutter Crawford, because usually, I mean, the team, the fans behind the dugout will yell at the guy, will try to distract him, will, yell expletives at him and say, you hate America, blah, 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 whatever it may be. But he stood there steadfast. Not even the Philly fanatic could get his attention away from that American flag as he stood stoic for 10 minutes staring at the flag.
Is that what the official count was?
This is where we miss Morgana.
Over 10 minutes.
Holy moly.
While they're getting the game ready. And so one of the umpires goes up to Matt Strom, the pitcher for the Phillies, and says, "Hey, buddy, we got to call it. You got to bow out." He's like, "This is my home field. He has to stop first. Go tell him to stop first." And then the umpire walked away and he muttered something else. Umpire said, "Nope," pointed at him, bam, kicked him out of the game. Goes over across the field to where the Philly fanatic is taunting the Red Sox pitcher to try to get him distracted, and said, "Boom, you're out of the game too." So both these guys are going to get fined for their national anthem standoff, and I am here for it.
I agree. It reminds me of, playing park ball back when you were younger. Who's going to chicken out? Who's gonna quit first? That's what it is. That's what I feel like. Takes me back to my youth.
So you think these guys are going to have to actually pay the fine themselves? There is no way.
Oh, no.
There is no way this is coming out of their account. They might be their names might be on the fine, but there is no way that this is coming out of their pocket.
And all the fines go to charity anyway, so it's all for good causes, and it's.
How much were the fines?
They have not been reported yet.
Okay.
But they were ejected from the game for behavior contrary to
loving America.
Yeah, exactly. Loving America more than everyone else in the country. But this is the coolest thing ever. Like, we need more of this in baseball. More fun, quirky moments like this.
See,
like
these guys were probably friends in the minors and went out drinking the night before.
Yeah.
And neither one of them felt like playing. And so they're like, here's what we're going to do.
Yes.
We're going to stare off, get tossed, and we'll be back at the bar by the first inning. They walked right across the street to the closest bar. They finished watching the game.
While having brews.
While having beers.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
And everybody was buying them beers because of their American patriotic display.
Yes.
They didn't buy a beer all day, but they had a great time.
And it doesn't matter if you're the visiting team or not. Like, that kind of patriotism on a baseball field, you're going to be rewarded exponentially.
For sure.
And I gotta laugh at a lot of people, commenting on Facebook and social media, like, it's so childish that they did this. It's so childish. But I'm on the same boat with you as you, Van. I think it's neat. It's different. It's unique and brings attention back to baseball. Look, baseball is a great sport, America's pastime, right? And these are the type of moments that bring people back to the excitement of what baseball can be.
Well, for sure. In a 162 game season, you have to have little things to keep the attention and to keep it fresh.
I mean, this is a direct result of the pitch clock stuff. Because what harm is it if you let these dudes stand there? See whose knees give out. See whose quads get can you stand here for a whole 2 hours and 45 minutes if this goes 9 innings, or longer if it goes into extra innings?
Oh, yeah.
And you can just stand here this whole game staring at the flag.
Just let him be the first and third base coach for the day and let him just stand there.
Yeah, there you go.
We need more of this in baseball. We need more of this in sports in general. This is absolute harmless fun. They're going to get a little slap on the wrist, 1 game suspension, a little fine. I mean, this is just because there's the pitch clock. You're trying to make games go faster. We can't stand. We told you it's a 5:07 start on the dot. First pitch has to be at 5:07. We can't stand here for half an hour while you guys show us who loves Uncle Sam more.
Well, like you were saying with the pitch clock, they after the first week of the season, they had to kind of send out a memo because I don't know if when Dansby Swanson got rung up for a strike for not being in the box on time because he was playing back in LA for the first time. And was getting the standing ovation,
right?
The home fans, the old fans, and not Dansby Swanson, but Bellinger or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but gets rung up on the called strike for not being in the box in time, and the league was like, "All right, so you got to give these guys a little time if they're playing in their old ball."
Discretion, come on.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, for serious, know your environment, know where you are.
Guys getting a standing O from his former home crowd,
and let's be fair to Cody Bellinger, he hasn't had a standing ovation in years.
Yeah, exactly. Like let him soak up the moment.
It's been a rough run for Cody Bellinger, who's crushing it for your Cubs this year.
He is. He seems to have gotten it back together a little bit.
NFL talk when we get back. We will not stare at the flag, but we will be back in about 3 minutes. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. When your ride fires on all cylinders, so do you. That's why Napa is on a mission to keep you in motion. With nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, the Napa network has everything you need to get up and go.
More traffic right now. Seeing more congestion westbound on I-40 as you approach the interchange. That's going to last until Coors. Southbound on I-25, slowdowns approaching Osuna. Those goes until Comanche. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central. Things moving slow there. Congestion right now. Paseo headed west. That starts at Jefferson. It'll go until Coors. And eastbound Montgomery. Things moving slow right now between Carlisle and San Mateo. Looks like a whole lot of people trying to get into the new Raising Cane's. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with the CBS Sports Minute. While it's not completely shocking that the Warriors are on the brink of elimination, it's fair to question if we're watching the end of a dynasty. While Steph Curry is still playing at his prime at 35 years old, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are not the same players they once were. Jordan Poole played just 10 minutes in Game 4, and Andrew Wiggins hasn't been the same as a year ago. If the Warriors do lose to the Lakers, there'll be tough decisions this offseason. I'm Maggie Gray.
Win tickets to 50 Cent
Go shorty.
at his Letter Amphitheater on August 27th.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Listen to the opening drive all this week for your chance to win. 50 Cent with special guest Busta Rhymes.
You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more.
And text Club for an additional chance to win. From 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Glasheen, Baez, and Inderman Injury Lawyers is a leading personal injury law firm in Albuquerque with a history of winning big for clients. The lawyers at GVI Law focus on catastrophic injury cases, including semi-truck wrecks, drunk driving car wrecks, and oil field injuries. They win, and they win big for their clients.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Go green with Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat with a high-efficiency AC or heat pump system from Daniels. Right now, Daniels is offering instant rebates on high-efficiency heat pump systems and take advantage of federal tax credits. Your investment is protected with their 10-year parts and 5-year labor guarantee. Daniels financing with plans to fit any budget, including 0% interest. Start your project today with a free estimate, 898-8860. Stay cool, calm, collected with Daniels, and go green today.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. Consider STP Conventional High Mileage to save on motor oil for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts, with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do the Nuggets have any chance of slowing down the Suns? Is James Harden the clutch one over the Boston Celtics? Join us as we break it all down. The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, and Amory starts at 7 a.m.
You know, this song you can get a paper cut to. You know, something you can lay back.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. 2 men on 95.9 FM, AM 610. The Sports Animal. 505-246-0610. Hit us with your hot takes. Sports Animal Hotline, 505-246-0610. Wait, that's the same number. Sports Animal text line. You don't want to hear your voice on radio? That's fine. Not everyone has a voice as beautiful as Luke Markwith.
Yes, in the quiet storm.
You're listening to the Midnight Storm.
All right, Packers fans. Jordan Love is your QB1. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Jordan Love has his first press conference tomorrow, and he's available for it.
What is that supposed to mean? I thought they were supposed to be available no matter what.
He's being made available to the media.
Aaron Rodgers never shows up to this part of the season. Aaron Rodgers never shows up to this time of year's press conferences. New guy, Jordan Love, overachiever, little kiss ass trying to get out there and cuddle up to the media already.
Well, you know, I think it's one of those things. He's like, okay, I'm no Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna set the tone in a different way.
What are you talking about? He's going to be a future Hall of Famer, Jordan Love. Is that the same person you're referring to?
I'm not saying that he's not going to be a future Hall of Famer. I'm just thinking the way he is as an individual, as an athlete, is different.
The playbook's already there ever since Don Majowski. You get a first round quarterback. You bench him for a year or two. He puts on a Packers jersey, Hall of Famer. Brett Favre did that under Majowski. Aaron Rodgers did that under Brett Favre. Now Jordan Love is doing that under Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love, welcome to the Hall of Fame in 20 years. Congratulations on a great career.
And 1 Super Bowl.
And 1 Super Bowl.
You heard it here, folks. Luke is calling it already.
I'll take one. That'd be sweet. Just one out of Jordan Love. I'll take it any day. But look, this better be the most benign, mundane press conference in the history of press conferences. Packers Nation, although we know he was the best regular season quarterback in the history of the NFL, beloved, we're sick of Aaron Rodgers. And I'm going to say we in this moment because I'm a Packers fan. Me and every other Packers fan I've ever talked to is sick of Aaron Rodgers and all of his antics. Jordan Love better just have his face in the playbook, ready to get out there and play some good football.
You done messed up, Aaron.
that scene in Bull Durham when they're on the bus and he's telling him, he's practice your interview quotes. He's like, your cliches. God willing, go out there, play one game at a time. God willing, hope the team wins. You know, it's just like, that's boring. He's like, that's the point. It's supposed to be boring.
Yep.
It's simple.
You know, we got a good group of guys out here. They just go out here and they work their tails off. You know, we're gonna have 53 of the best athletes in the world right here in this Green Bay Packers organization.
And I mean, he's already got it ahead of Rodgers in that he knows the names of his teammates.
And,
you know,
I love that.
Could pick him out of a lineup.
and he's showing up to off-season workouts.
Exactly. So
he's going to be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Turning a new leaf
because he practices.
It's a kinder, gentler Packers quarterback.
Hey, look, speaking of kind and gentle, Packers front office is being kind and gentle to Jordan Love. I mean, I don't have a direct quote here. Of course, this is some insider saying it, but the Packers front office are preaching, air quotes, patience for Jordan Love, air quotes. He's not going to be able to step out on the field and immediately light this up. It's going to take some time.
In other words, development.
See, and you don't like this, but I've lived my life by this philosophy for years of setting the bar low and then exceeding expectations.
Sure.
I'm all about that. Instead of all the hype, just I don't know. The less you think you act like you know what you're doing, and then any little thing is a surprise. It's easier than acting like you know everything and people just waiting to bring you down.
Probably cruising around listening right now, working, but shout out to friend of the show, friend in real life, Falcon. You know who you are. He always says, under promise, over perform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we took the same class at New Mexico State.
So it could be right. So I like it. You're tempering expectations. You're getting your fan base to like not be a homer like me and be like, okay, Hall of Fame quarterback, obviously Jordan Love, 16 great years in green and yellow, won Super Bowl. They're gonna be like, okay, well, he might start off slow, so let's temper our expectations. Maybe he'll be good by the end of the year. Maybe we'll sneak into the playoffs. I think that's a coward's way out, but at least it's the smart play.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When we get back, speaking of pissed off dudes, Jake Cassio, young Jakey boy, is going to call in and talk about his Knicks who are on the way out. Don't miss this one when we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Check me out, you know what I'm about. Taking babes down, never take them out, but to the bedroom, to the couch, and then out my house. Never hit her, leave her bitter, like a Guinness style.
Well, traffic right now, seeing more congestion westbound on I-40 as you approach the interchange. That's going to last until Coors. Southbound on I-25, slowdowns approaching Osuna. Those goes until Comanche. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central, things moving slow there. Congestion right now, Paseo headed west. That starts at Jefferson. It'll go until Coors. And eastbound Montgomery, things moving slow right now between Carlisle and San Mateo. Looks like a whole lot of people trying to get into the new Raising Cane's.
This report brought to you by Keller's Farm Stores. This Mother's Day, Keller's Farm Stores has salmon, shrimp, scallops, and every cut of choice beef you could want. Not to mention tender, flavorful local lamb. Don't forget the lobster tails and crab legs. Mom loves those too. Eubank at Candelaria and Coors and Montano.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
I have a house with white stucco, but you wouldn't know it's white because it looks grayish. I'm hiring CertaPro to get my white stucco back to white. They can paint any color stucco and beautify the exterior of your home. They go the extra mile. They are clean, friendly, and honest. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business, do like me and hire CertaPro.
The New Mexico Modern Child Support Family Program. It works to benefit both parents for the purpose of improving children's lives. It provides the basics of child support, but goes further by helping parents step up to find better job opportunities that get them back on track to paying their monthly child support obligation. Find out how the Child Support Step Up program can help your modern family. Contact New Mexico Child Support today at 1-800-283-4465 or visit hsd.state.nm.us. Brought to you by the New Mexico Human Services Department.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden.
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your socks slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility and save $8 instantly when you pick up a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Bosch Icon Premium Blades can help you see better and drive safer. And our professional parts people will install them for you for free. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KG40BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
The sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal.
Hey, Van, I ain't got Jake yet.
Afternoon drive. Number 2.
You can just text me his number. I'll give him a call.
Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
2 hours in the books, 1 hour to go. About to be joined by young Jakey boy, Nick Superfan. These poor Knicks, they just look outmatched. The Heat don't even literally don't have to try hard to win this thing. By the way, you're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're live from the John Lopez Real Estate Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We play on Team I-9. We start our days at the YMCA. Lunch with the boys, that goes down at 66 Diner. And the weekends, that's for Teller Vodka, New Mexico's vodka. Every United away match, the party goes down at Hollow Spirits, First Street, just a shade north of Mountain. We're going to be there 3 times this month, so that's going to be a good one all season long. The boys will be hosting the away watch parties. Don't miss it. Thursdays, that's a throw-in Thursday at ABQ Axe, $7.50 off per person per hour. They'll teach you how to throw an axe. They'll make sure you got the hang of it, and then you just have some fun, sip a little Red Door beer, throw some axes, have some good food. They have a special spice rub unique to ABQ Axe called the Hatchet Wings. They might be in direct competition with Howie's Wings. I don't know. What do you think, Luke?
Often imitated, never duplicated. They're a close second.
They're inimitable.
But they're a close second. They're good friends of ours over at the Axe Room, so we've had some wing discussions and things. So
wing secrets.
Dodo and Ange, they're regulars at Howie's.
Yeah, Dodo actually used to work at Howie's years and years ago.
That's so cool.
I mean, it's all family there. She's definitely part of the Howie's family and always will be.
I mean, that is like the family tree, right? At Howie's, like you are a family there.
Oh, most definitely. A dysfunctional one, but a family nonetheless.
And to be quite honest, during the break, Luke and I talking about, like, you guys have just been rocking.
Oh,
Howie's.
it's been a whole new world the last couple of years, since going from not sure we were going to survive the shutdown to now doing better business than we've ever done, and getting to meet a whole bunch of new friends and calling them regulars, and the family has grown exponentially.
I mean, last time I was there, when I was joining the boys, it was the vibe was great in there.
Oh yeah,
I was rocking.
A lot of fun.
You know, Howie's has like a special place in my heart. It's always been one of my favorites here in Albuquerque, if not my, exact single solitary favorite. Everybody there is just so damn nice. They got great service, great people. Like the people you attract there, like not only, the employees and the regulars, but it attracts a certain special kind of person out there up in the heights. And we're lucky to be partnered with you guys. Like we do Monday night football watch parties, and we'll do like some seasonal parties, like anything that goes down that we can be at Howie Sports Page. The boys are there.
Oh yeah, it's been a match made in heaven with you guys, and you guys have been coming to the bar long before got all this going. So we were just glad to be able to get you guys in and join this season and be a part of that, and look forward to continuing that partnership in the future.
Why don't we take like a super quick break? We're having some tech diffs here. Let's get our next guest on. We'll be right back as soon as possible. Going to talk some NBA playoffs when we get back. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
Look, traffic right now, seeing more congestion westbound on I-40 as you approach the interchange. That's going to last until Coors. Southbound on I-25, slowdowns approaching Osuna. Those goes until Comanche. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central, things moving slow there. Congestion right now, Paseo headed west. That starts at Jefferson. It'll go until Coors. And eastbound Montgomery, things moving slow right now between Carlisle and San Mateo. Looks like a whole lot of people trying to get into the new Raising Cane's.
This message brought to you by Sandia Golf Club.
Our state's best golf course, voted on by golfers, is Sandia Golf Club. Committed to providing the best experience and best conditions to golfers of all levels. There's nothing like it. Visit sandiagolf.com for the best available rates and to book your tee time today. We'll see you on the tee.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Win tickets to 50 Cent
Go show
at his Letter Amphitheater on August 27th.
I don't know what you heard about me.
Listen to the opening drive all this week for your chance to win. 50 Cent with special guest Busta Rhymes.
You people had enough? Give me some more. You people want the wild hit? Give me some more.
And text Club for an additional chance to win. From 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Ladies, fall in.
What's up, Coach?
You can't play soccer in sweatpants and dresses.
Don't you think we know that? If we had real team uniforms, we wouldn't embarrass you like this.
Point taken. I'll make a call.
Time for real team uniforms and professional office apparel. Graphic Connection has great designs, years of experience, and over 300,000 products.
Coach, these new uniforms are awesome!
Right? Told you I'd take care of it.
Graphic Connection.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. We design for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
Okay, we have to stop debating and decide on a place for dinner tonight.
Someone at work said Fogo de Chao was great.
Fogo de what?
Fogo de Chao.
I think you mean Fogo de Chão.
No, it's Chao. C-H-A-O.
Well, you have the spelling right, but it's shown.
Chao.
It's shown.
Chao. Fogo de Chao.
It's shown.
No matter how you say the name, there is no better dining experience than Fogo de
Chao.
It's shown.
You'll love the unique and immersive dining experience at Fogo de Chão. Their culinary team uses traditional Brazilian cooking methods. Slow cooking brings out the meat's natural flavors for an outstanding meal every time. Pair it with award-winning cocktails and wines. Visit the world-class market table and you'll have an unforgettable experience. Drop by on Tuesdays at Fogo de Chão and kick off your lunch or dinner with a free primetime appetizer with the purchase of their unique Brazilian cocktail, the caipirinha. Experience the art of churrasco at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão, a culinary experience you'll never forget.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but costs as low as $3 per dose? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at just $3 per dose.
That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but only $3 per dose. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/radio. That's forhims.com/radio for your free online visit. forhims.com/radio.
There is only one medium that can reach an audience without seeing it, without touching it. A medium that can captivate its audience from 360 degrees. A sensory experience this powerful can only come from radio. Harness the power of radio for your business because the audience is listening.
Cumulus Radio. Contact Jason Martinez at 767-9113 now and let us show you how our radio station can help your business. Interested? See, it works.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Sorry for the tech diffs out there, friends of the show, but we are back. And lucky for you, we got a double segment here. We get to skip out on commercial. You take one for the team now, then we're going to double up on you later. Wait, what? Knicks homer, frequent contributor to Two Men On. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. Jake Cassio joins us. How you doing, friend?
We should be playing taps right now, man. It is a sad day to be a Knicks fan. We had a good little run there. And, there's a part of me, I have a mix of emotions right now from we're going to win the whole thing still.
Yeah.
And we're going to make the greatest comeback ever. And then there's the realistic side of me that's a Knicks fan. And it's just a sad, sad day to be a New Yorker. Down 3-1, but we're going back to the Garden. And the people of New York are going to bring the energy. We're going to have one more celebration at the very least on 7th Avenue because that's what we do after every playoff win.
I mean, that was the vibe after their first win is you took the red eye all the way back to New York just so you could party on 7th Avenue with the rest of Knickerbocker Nation. So you think you're going to get one more party out of this before the Heat send you home packing?
I already bought my champagne bottle, Van.
You're supposed to pop the champagne after a championship, not a win that doesn't even out the series.
I mean, just the fact that the Knicks made the playoffs, that's my championship right there.
Okay, now see, this is what I'm talking about here. Shouldn't this be the attitude of Knickerbocker Nation that you guys are finally relevant? You had a winning record. You won a playoff series. Like the Knicks are back. They're not championship contenders, but they're back, baby. Aren't you excited? Aren't you on cloud nine?
I have some skepticism because of Julius Randle. Having a regular season all-star is amazing, but we need a playoff hero. And we're seeing the same thing we saw in 2021. And, I think the conversation that we need to start having is Tom Thibodeau and Julius Randle maybe being on the outs.
Oh, but Julius,
and, free up a little cap space and create an inviting and enticing environment for other superstars such as Jaylen Brown, or maybe do a little trader-ooski with old Milwaukee and see if we can't have a little bit of Giannis.
See, we were talking about this last time, that there's some trouble in paradise in Milwaukee. Little booty boy, the recently fired coach of the Bucks, like that's Giannis's dude. Like, what other place?
Budenholzer could come to the Knicks. We get rid of Thibodeau because Thibodeau just makes everybody tired and gassed. I mean, every single person after like the 8 minutes into the first quarter yesterday, half the roster looked exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, that's Thibodeau's thing, right? You run gassers, you run chalkers all practice. You do it before the game, you do it after the game. And even though like you're a professional athlete taking care of yourself better than 99.9% of the world, Thibodeau still makes you run chalk routes like a friggin' middle school basketball player.
And there's a reason why Tom Thibodeau doesn't have a championship.
Because they can't last throughout the playoffs because they're too tired?
Oh, they're exhausted. They can barely run. They can't keep up. They're, and I mean, we have a good team, but they're exhausted. I mean, the regular season towards the end there, I mean, those guys were still playing like 40 minutes a game. We just peaked at the wrong time, if I'm being real.
Yeah, the first round of the playoffs is peaking.
No, before then, when during April and May, man, oh my God, if you bet New York Knicks basketball, man, you would be, and you just rolled your units, you'd be so rich.
So this is like almost heresy right now. It's like apostasy now. You saying you want to get rid of your best player in my eyes.
Let's keep him. Let's keep him, but I don't know, man. I got to see something from him these next couple of games, man, because he goes MIA during the the playoffs. You know, put him on a milk carton. Where's Julius? I mean, he was 8 for 13 yesterday and had 20 points, and that's not a terrible game. But you know, Brunson had 32, but we need a hero. And Julius Randle sometimes just isn't that guy. I mean, he's efficient, and I love Julius. He's an all-star. I have his jersey. But we got to do something about it. But we're going to come back. We're going to win Game 5.
Okay, I got you Game 5, but how do you keep it going against the Miami Heat and everyone's father, Jimmy Butler, who looks like the dude of all dudes in the playoffs? The Knicks have an amazing defense, but Butler is still shooting 56% from the field.
Our defense, though, has fallen a little bit compared to the regular season because we're tired. We're exhausted, you know, and like when we were whooping on Cleveland, you know, we didn't hold Julius or anybody out of the game. You know, we let him, Tom Thibodeau said, let him run. You know, he does a 9-man rotation, and then our bench is full of a lot of youngsters, and it's good experience for them because down the road, we're going to be all right.
See, to me, when I watch the Knicks Heat series, it looks like, you know, Brunson, above average basketball player, no complaints. But it seems like it's Julius Randle and like 8 guys that just try hard. Like there's no really great basketball players on this ball club. And,
you know, I went from huge RJ Barrett fan to RJ Barrett hater to now I'm back to RJ Barrett fan because he has shown up a little bit in these playoffs and his numbers are up comparatively to the last time he was in the playoffs. But he's just we're a turnover machine with him. And that man, every time he goes out on the basketball court, he's eating popcorn out of the stands every time he sits on the bench.
You are, you know, honestly, back to the original conversation, like you don't seem like you're on the ledge anymore. You seem more reasonable and logical than last time we talked when I didn't think I was going to talk to you today.
Well, you know, as a New Yorker, I have emotions every 5 seconds.
Okay.
And so my emotions have been all over the place, to angry, to sad, to happy. And I'm going to need a lot of therapy after this season. Let's put it that way.
Okay. You need therapy no matter what. I've known you for a couple months now. And yes, that is true. But also the New York Knicks fandom is making it exponentially worse.
Oh, you know, New York sports pull out a very dark side out of it. Because I'm passionate. We're all passionate because we expect greatness. We always think it's our year and that we're going to get it done.
Okay. Well, in that case, I won't bring up the Mets.
Oh, God. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Danny Burgers, you know, it's just the ship is sunken, man. The ship is sunken.
When LeBron James is up 3-1, he has won all 17 playoff series. But Jimmy Butler ain't no LeBron James. How do your New York Knickerbockers storm back and win 3 in a row against your father, Jimmy Butler?
You know, I think we rely a little bit too much on Josh Hart. And it sucks to have Emmanuel quickly hurt. But we got to double team him with something else. And I think let's put Julius on him. Let's see what can happen. I mean, Julius is kind of playing, you know, yeehaw, you know, defense right now. He looks tired, man. He looks tired out there.
Young Jakey boy, I know you got to get back to it, but we could hit this more on Friday live
Absolutely.
From Hollow Spirits. Jake Cassio, friend of the show, contributor to 2 Men On. See you Friday, brother.
Yes, sir. Knicks are coming back. Look out, world. We're coming.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate you. I would say we'd be right back with some baseball talk, also in New York. But we already took our commercial break, so we're just going to dive right into it. Aaron Judge American League MVP from last year, is back, and it could not be any better timed as the last place New York Yankees need some help.
Uh-oh.
When's the last time that you've heard New York Yankees in last place in the same sentence?
I think George Costanza was still the manager for the last time that happened.
This now let me tell you these standings real quick. Let me pull up the exact win losses so I don't seem like a fool when I get this wrong. But the Yankees are in last place in the AL East with a winning record. Like the AL East is just dominating, just kicking everyone's ass. Let's look at this. Okay, Tampa Bay Rays. Everyone knows the start that they had to the season. They're still 29-7, still the best team in baseball.
Well, when you're playing in front of a raucous home crowd of 3,000 a game, it's easy to get up for the big ones.
There's never any pressure in Tampa.
Yeah.
Just playing as calm and easy as one person could possibly be. And then in second place, we got the young upstart Baltimore Orioles, who are surging beginning of this year at 22-13. That's a great start, Baltimore fans.
Definitely. That's been a great surprise for them.
Third place, junior everybody, the Toronto Blue Jays, with the son of every former baseball player playing for your team. They're 7 games above 500. The Red Sox, who I thought would be in the basement, they're 6 games over 500. And then the New York Yankees, who are in last place, are still 2 games over 500 with a winning record. So while Aaron Judge's return is well-timed, it's well-needed for the evil empire, the Yankees would have the same amount of wins as the Minnesota Twins, first place in the AL Central. They would be 2.5 games back of the 21-13 Texas Rangers in the AL West. They would be 2 games back of the Pittsburgh Pirates in the NL Central. They'd be 2 games back of the Dodgers in the NL West. They're only trailing Atlanta and Tampa Bay because these are the guys that came out strong this season. I know, New York Yankees fan, you want the best. You want a trophy every friggin' year. You're as spoiled as a fan base could possibly be, but you're still over 500.
That's pretty impressive, though. I mean, that really is.
You're over 500, and you're in last place against the best division in baseball. You know, the mark of a good season is like win 90 games, you're in the playoffs. Very rarely do 90-win teams miss the playoffs. The whole division is on a 108-win pace. Wow. That's the average.
That's crazy.
If you do the wins losses for the whole AL East, extrapolate that for a whole season, and you even out all the numbers, every single team in the division is going to win 108 games. That is unheard of for a division to be dominating baseball like that.
Yeah, I had a guy break it down for me one time. He said, in baseball, every team's going to win at least 60 games, and they're going to lose at least 60 games. It's what they do in those other 60 games.
Right.
You can almost mark down 60 and 60 right off the bat, and what they do in those other 60 games throughout the season determines, who's going to win and who's going to do what. But with everybody winning 108 games,
we're in for a wild second half of the season here.
I mean, and you got Aaron Judge. You saw what he did last year, set the
record.
AL home run record. Like, if he's healthy, he could do it better than anyone in baseball. But still, Yankees fan is sitting back here crying, the Yankees suck. They're in last place. Throw in the towel, you losers. No, you got a winning record. You're doing fine. You're on pace to make the friggin' playoffs, unfortunately.
And the thing is, they're injury ridden. We get that. But not only that, they haven't hit their stride yet. I mean, for all these teams to be that close, have these incredible records at this point, Yankees aren't far off at all.
Yeah, I mean, does Baltimore sustain that throughout the season with guys that have never been in the thick of it in a playoff race? Do the juniors show their age in Toronto and kind of fall back at some point?
Yeah, I mean, the Rays were my World Series pick. I think they're legit top to bottom, and they're only going to get better throughout the season. I think Baltimore is too young. Toronto doesn't have the pitching. Boston is a couple superstars away from making it happen in the playoffs. And here are the Yankees in last place, who are in just fine shape. The Yankees would be in serious danger if they didn't have Garrett Cole, though. Out of their 19 wins, 8 of them belong to Garrett Cole. That's a friggin' dude.
Yeah, that's kind of just get on my back and I'll take you guys.
I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh, but these young nobodies, they're putting in some absolute work in Pittsburgh. And I know you guys are sitting around here like, what? They're doing it without their superstar shortstop, O'Neal Cruz, too.
Well, and that's just, it's good to see these low payroll teams. But I mean, I've always said that there should be a salary basement.
Sure, salary floor.
Salary floor. You
100%.
have to spend at least a certain amount to put out a competitive product. There should not be the disparity between the highest paid teams and the lowest paid teams that there is. But that being said, it is nice to see those low salary teams finding ways to win and got guys that are just out there and gelling as a unit and making it happen.
I mean, you're looking at it right now. Tampa Bay, who, baseball fan knows that they've been good for a long time. They got a great franchise, a great organization. They do so much with so little. Small market. Baltimore, small market. Minnesota, small market. In the West, I mean, Texas, LA, Houston, I mean, they're all big markets, whatever. But you still got Seattle doing things, small market. Pittsburgh, small market. Milwaukee, small market. Arizona, 5 games over 500, small market. You love to see this stuff. And to piggyback on your point / steal your point, I think there should be a ratio for professional baseball that you have to spend X amount of your TV contract, and you have to spend X amount of revenue sharing that goes to your salary the next year.
100%.
And you 100% have to spend it. If you put on a great show and you want to keep all your hot dog and your beer profits and your ticket sale profits, I think that should be on you. But the money MLB gives you just for existing, you should have to spend it.
No, definitely. This should, that's the whole thing with the TV revenue and the profit sharing. That part has to be. It's just better for the game overall if there's more competitive products out on the field.
Investments.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You have to put it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, maybe you don't, because let's see what the Pirates do this year with the lowest.
A rising tide raises all ships.
Yeah. I mean, think about, these.
With the Pirates, were you trying to do a pun there or something, or what?
They have found sunken treasure.
I was a good one, Luke. I dig it.
Yeah.
Luke Mark with Howie Sports Page join us. Andrew, good Lord. Andres Trujillo.
What are you, my grandmother?
Yeah. trying to
white him up.
Yeah. Anglicize Andres over here. Andres Trujillo, owner operator of New Mexico Runners and executive director of the New Mexico Games, joining us. When we get back, the I-9 varsity, the varsity of BS degrees. This is going to be a fun one. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
The floor in the AFC is Ryan Tannehill got to an AFC championship and Jimmy Garoppolo got to a Super Bowl. The AFC feels like the SEC in college football, and the NFC feels like the rest of the Power Five. Next year in the AFC, guys like Aaron Rodgers could miss the playoffs.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden.
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility and save $8 instantly when you pick up a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Bosch Icon premium blades can help you see better and drive safer. And our professional parts people will install them for you for free. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Great. It's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm going to need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for you around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
People's Flowers for Mother's Day. Flowers make the perfect gift for that special mom in town or out of town. People's Flowers will make an arrangement she will enjoy for days. People's Flowers is the best choice you can make when sending flowers to your mom. People's Flowers delivers locally or around the world. Call today and order your Mother's Day arrangement. She will love you forever. Stop into any of People's Flowers 4 locations or shop online at peoplesflowers.com. Shop today. Flowers say it all. Peoples make the difference.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If car designers can make cars look like anything, why are there so many boring cars? Why not a car that looks like an ancient sword? Or the future? The sky isn't even the limit at Nissan. Why be boring when you can make a katana blade slice through traffic? That's the Nissan Z. Or something from the future whizzing by. And that's the Aria. Nissan. Redesign for thrill. 2023 Aria has limited availability. See dealer for financing details.
I hired CertaPro painters to paint the inside of my home. They did such an amazing job. They're doing the outside of my home, and I can't wait. Schedules fill up fast. Now's the time to plan your project. They're honest, clean, thoughtful, and your home will look brand new. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. For your home or business.
The Sports Animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's now not creepy to tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
I-9 Varsity coming up right now. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. Check out League Office 280, I-9 Sports, League Office 280. All the information you want is i9sports.com, League Office 280. You can send them an email, leagueoffice280 at i9sports.com. Or get primal with it. Call them at the office, 505-312-4999. Join on the program with Howie Sports Pages, Luke Markwith, and New Mexico Games, Andres Trujillo, Tyler Lovely on the other side of the glass on the 1s and 2s. Today's I-9 Varsity, in honor of Ray Allen and Justin Fields, is the varsity of BS Degrees. Ray Allen and Justin Fields went back to school 23 years apart, as Ray Allen is 47, did it after he retired and from his Hall of Fame multi-championship career. And then Justin Fields did it in the offseason. So in honor of these college graduates, Justin Fields has a real degree. So kudos to him. A lot of athletes, we know how that is. University studies, exercise science, you finish your degree, so that's great whatsoever. Congratulations, college young student athletes. If you're not familiar with the I-9 Varsity, what we do is, like I just told you with the BS degrees, we just pluck out of thin air from some conversation throughout the program. We assign a topic, and the I-9 Varsity it's our best of, it's our Rushmore, it's our top 5 alive, it's our totem pole, and it's whatever each person on the show would like to make it. So today, the I-9 Varsity of BS degrees. Anybody want to kick it off?
Culinary arts.
Okay. Coming in hot,
If
Andres.
you can cook, why do you need a degree?
Okay. That's a decent point.
I don't know. This guy has clearly never made a roux.
Ah, exactly. And not like Rue McClanahan, like ROUX. Heyo. Okay, I get that. If you don't want to be like a 3-star Michelin chef,
yeah.
then why do you need to go get a degree to flip a burger?
That's true. Well, most people like start in, they jump in, right? Like they want to cook, they get into the kitchen, and then they learn on the spot at working at a restaurant.
All right. First on the I-9 Varsity of Andres is culinary.
I don't know. You wanted me to throw something out there. I threw something out there.
No, you're coming in hot. I love it. Luke, you got one?
I'm going to go with the honorary degree.
Ah.
Kermit the Frog has an honorary degree in amphibious letters from Long Island University. So basically, it's, you write a check, you get a degree. Kind of like the University of Phoenix, but,
sure.
This one's honorary.
Kermit the Frog here.
Almost every, that's strong work. Almost every like actor, musician, athlete, when they're in the twilight of the career, they get an honorary degree somewhere, right?
They cut a check to the university and they get an honorary
and they get the library named after them.
Yeah.
They get a commencement speech and a fake degree.
The honorary degree.
Tyler?
So my first worst in terms of degrees is going to be the one that I am studying for, and that's going to be art history.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
Are you actually going to pay for that?
I'm almost there, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it.
Naturally, just like everyone else with the art history degree.
End up working in the museum like Ghostbusters with the painting of Vigo or
yeah. That'd be a great gig, actually.
Are you the gatekeeper?
Are you the key master?
Or key master, there you go.
I'm going to just apply at Howie's.
You got it, man. We got a spot for you.
Let's go.
Good start. First on my I-9 Varsity of BS degrees, and I think this is mostly contained into United States college degrees, but peace studies. Peace studies. Peace and conflict studies. It is a real degree at hundreds of colleges where you can study the act of being peaceful, the act of analyzing violent and nonviolent behaviors, as well as the structures and mechanisms attending conflicts with a view towards understanding these processes.
Huh.
First off, the United States of America has no business teaching peace studies. I don't know. Maybe you can study peace studies in the United States of America as long as you don't study history at all. Because we're not a peaceful bunch historically.
I don't think anybody is.
The summer of '69, maybe.
Woodstock?
Yes, thank you. But outside,
I don't know. I'm born in '86, and I know I'm Woodstock. All right.
outside of a couple years with the beatniks and the hippies, we're not a very peaceful people altogether. Andres, you got another one?
Yes. Klingon for all you Trekkies.
Okay.
Some universities actually can major in Klingon. I mean, their own made-up fictional language from Star Trek.
Could you imagine having like $35,000 worth of student loan debt because you can speak Klingon?
Yes. Yes. Same thing for
Live
art
long
history.
and prosper, man.
Well, that goes right into my next one. At the University of Houston, they offer a Master of Science in Foresight, the study of predicting what will happen or be needed in the future. And I don't think you need that degree to realize you're going to have a hard time paying off those student loans.
Didn't that fall in line with kind of like statistics? I mean, statistics has those probabilities, right?
Yeah, just foresight.
Foresight. Oh.
Tyler, what you got hitting second?
Poli-sci.
Okay.
Science.
I'm kind of into that one.
I feel like I'm not offending anybody by saying that that's one of the worst degrees, because if you have a poli-sci degree, then that means that you went to school with a bunch of poli-sci majors, which means that you also think that poli-sci is one of the worst degrees. Like, you went to school with those kids. Like, that's it.
Or look what most people have done with a poli-sci degree.
Precisely.
Yeah, they have wrecked the future of this country and world.
Making it work.
Who knew you needed a degree for that?
Most of the harm
Everyone's
done.
already arguing and debating anyways.
Yeah.
Why do you need a degree?
You don't need you don't need a degree to be a jerk on the internet. Super easy. Yeah, most of the harm done to this country and the world, people hold political science degrees.
Just a keyboard. That's all you need.
You can be a warrior, a keyboard warrior.
Much next on my I-9 varsity of BS degrees, I'm going to go with something that technically doesn't matter at all whatsoever. It's just personal taste. Interior design. I think this might be worse than Tyler's art history degree. Or
Yeah.
interior design.
I mean, really, so you go in, you get your degree and study how an interior it becomes aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just an eye for aesthetics.
I can't go out tonight. I got to study for my big feng shui exam.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I finally aced the first chapter. Throw away my blacklight posters.
Yeah.
I studied living rooms at Rutgers.
Yeah, you study colors, eggshell white or pasty white. I don't know. Is there a difference?
He got his PhD in eggshell whites. And he's like, hey, I need to email Andres real quick. I don't know which eggshell to put on this wall. Good Lord. Interior design next on my I-9 varsity. Andres, you got another one?
Horticulturalism. I mean,
okay.
I think plants and all that stuff that most people just get their hands into the dirt and figure that out. But I mean, maybe there is some practicality somewhere, but I don't see it as a mainstream type of job like potential.
Okay, well,
You get
a lot of
and then they pay you not to grow things.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So there you go.
Yeah, a lot of weed millionaires in New Mexico and Colorado might disagree, but also those guys, I doubt they went to college for that.
Exactly.
I doubt they went to college for that.
They went out there. They went snipping. They went snipping and learning from others. They were in the fields working.
Luke, what you got up next?
All right, I'm throwing this one back to the late 90s and to our good friend Mason P. Diddy, the PhD player hating degree.
Oh, great answer.
Pull it out.
Great answer.
Wow.
That is very strong work, my friend.
Just sample any 80s song in the background, and there you go, and add the PhD player hating degree.
I wonder what the final looked like. The final test. What did that look like?
Even like he's such a ripoff. Even Biggie was stolen from another rapper. Did you know this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the notorious B1. He was like from Carolina or something. And Puff Daddy gave him some hush money and stole the song Juicy from him.
Sampled his name and sampled his work.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Took his name, took his shape, took his personality, and took his biggest song.
But R.I.P. Biggie.
Yeah, still R.I.P. Yeah, you're still a legend, brother. Even though Puffy exploited you for everything and got you murdered.
He was the Don King of hip hop. Nowadays, Puffy, everybody doing the work, him making all the money.
Well, I don't know. Mike Tyson's still alive.
Well, that is true.
Tyler, you got another one?
I do broadcast and journalism.
Oh, there we go. All right, I'm living proof of that.
Hey, don't we all have one of those?
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, the question is, though, so you mentioned broadcast and journalism. Does it make more sense because there are schools that are specific for broadcast and journalism, versus like a university type of degree with broadcast and journalism? Is there a difference?
I mean, get your certificate of completion. That's the move.
Right? Okay.
Sure. I mean, you could just do like an online class to teach you how to push buttons.
Button pusher.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still paying off an incomplete degree, and some of those classes were in broadcast journalism. So this being on with you guys kind of justifies all that to me.
Okay. I didn't realize how hard that hit. Okay. Next on my I-9 varsity of BS degrees is degree deodorant.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Stuff does not work. It is hot garbage. If you're going to use
You're right.
If you're going to use some garbage, like 2-for-1 Walgreens deodorant. Just step it all the way up and do Axe. If you're going to smell like some douche flower, just step it all the way up and just do Axe.
Oh my gosh.
Degree deodorant is garbage.
Irish Spring, baby.
See, Irish Spring. There you go.
You're getting old school there.
If you're going to
Go back to the Lever 2000 for
Whoa.
2000 body part.
Oh my goodness. Lever 2000.
I remember that when I was a youngin'.
That was also my hip hop name, so
Nice. You Andre's cousin?
Exactly.
Yeah. Andre 3000 and Lever Dose.
Lever 2000, exactly.
Oh man.
Heck of a program so far. Luke Markwith joining us, Andres Trujillo joining us, Tyler Lovely on the other side of the glass, having a lot of fun with it. Shout out to Rob Portnoy for joining us, calling in, talking about his Lakers. Shout out to Jake Cassio calling in, talking about his New York Knickerbockers. Jake will be joining us at Hollow Spirits this Friday. Going to be a banger of a program. Thursday, it goes down at Red Door downtown with the mayor of downtown, Chris Burnett. Going to have a lot of fun there. I can't wait to go to Red Door and see Tyler's cot in the back.
That's right.
This is second and or first home. When we get back, voice of your Isotopes, Josh Sushan, joins us to play out the rest of the program. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. The Golden State Warriors have always had a balance between individual stars and the team. Steph Curry was an MVP-type player, but always within the construct of the larger team. Now it feels like Curry is going at it alone. His co-stars, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, are getting old. And the front office has failed to bring in enough to support him. That's why they're trailing 3-1 to the Lakers, and why significant changes could be on the horizon. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Blake's Lotaburger and New Mexico United have teamed up and are giving you early access. Pre-game your day with a New Mexico United breakfast burrito, bacon and sausage in one tortilla to help you score the perfect morning. Available exclusively and only at Blake's Lotaburger.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, procrastination.
Leave it to me to last minute shop for Mother's Day.
It snuck up on me too. Luckily, Kohl's has gifts for under $50, like Sephora beauty favorites, comfy activewear, the latest tech.
Wow, not bad for the last minute.
Right? I found something so perfect for all the moms in my life.
Yep, I'm convinced. Here I come, Kohl's.
Select styles, Sephora coupons, and Kohl's Cash do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey, Culligan. I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Say it with flowers, Albuquerque Florist.
Hi, this is Brennan with Albuquerque Florist. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Let flowers express your appreciation. Albuquerque Florist is your source for long-lasting farm-direct flowers. At Albuquerque Florist, we have a 5-day freshness and on-time delivery guarantee. Albuquerque Florist has hundreds of selections to choose from, so you'll find just what you desire. Let our talented floral artists create a memorable bouquet that will leave a lasting impression. To order, shop us online at www.albuquerqueflorist.com, where you can view selections and receive online-only discounts. Simply enter the code MOM in the promo code when checking out and receive an additional 10% off. Feel free to call your order in at 881-3336. That's 881-3336. Or stop in. We are located at the corner of San Mateo and Candelaria next to Peter Piper Pizza.
Say it with flowers, Albuquerque Florist.
Bigger isn't always better, but this time it is. I'm Brandon Vogt. Right to Bear Arms has expanded. More space means more guns, more ammo, and more accessories than you can find anywhere, like reloading supplies. Right to Bear Arms has plenty. And first tactical gear, including vests, belts, tactical shirts, and pants. At Right to Bear Arms, bigger is better. Drop in on the southeast corner of Wantabo and Montgomery or at righttobeararmsnm.com. If you do, it'll be your new favorite gun shop.
When your business information is missing or inconsistent across the internet, search engines won't find you, and customers won't either. Help ensure customers see you and not your competitors. Boost your findability. CumulusBoost.com. CUMULUS Boost.com.
Do the Nuggets have any chance of slowing down the Suns? Is James Harden the clutch one over the Boston Celtics? Join us as we break it all down. The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, and Amory starts at 7 a.m.
There's pen to pad, there's word to mic. Dear listener.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. One more segment. What a program.
It's been a fun day. This is my first official time in the studio.
Yeah.
Every time I've been on, we've done it from either Howie's or the one time at Isotopes Park, but it feels a little more official in the studio.
Luke, wherever we go, you're always welcome. You're an absolute dude. We love Howie so much, and just don't do it too often because I kind of like my job. I don't want you taking my job.
Oh, I work enough as it is, so it's a nice little getaway now and then, but you're safe.
Another guy who's completely safe in his line of work, voice of the Isotopes, Josh Sushan. What's happening, my guy?
Oh, man, just in this tranquil desert community of Las Vegas, it's just very calm and relaxing. Not a lot goes on around here. So it should just be a really mild, chill week.
Josh, very important question. Did they accidentally send you to Las Vegas, New Mexico?
Beautiful and historic.
No, honestly, so now that we're out in Summerlin, right? Like the old ballpark was basically downtown. We stayed at the Nugget. And that was an intense, 4 to 6 days when we were staying downtown at Fremont Street Experience and the old ballpark. Now that we're out here in Summerlin, the master planned community of Summerlin, it actually is tranquil and relaxing. Like if you want to gamble, you can do that. If you want to go to the Strip, you can do that. But it actually does feel just very relaxing. And yet you still have a whole lot of nice things. And, this ballpark's great. The hotel across the street is fabulous. And, let's see if the Isotopes can get some victories with all of this niceness going on around them.
So, okay, I want to be a fly on the wall when Pilo sits down with the boys and be like, okay, we're in Vegas. It's an 8:05 start. We got 5 8:05 games in a row. That kind of lets you stay up late and sleep in. What does Pilo say to the boys? Like, hey, don't get in trouble. Come back at a reasonable hour. We got some baseball to play tomorrow.
So Pedro used to manage Las Vegas when it was the old ballpark downtown, right?
Right.
And I actually asked him about this today. And he said, after a month into the season, he goes, like at first you're like, oh, I'm in Vegas. And then a month into the season, the guys are just like, okay, yeah, we can go out, but that's enough. Right. And he felt that it was actually a really good home field advantage because the visiting team comes in and they're like, oh, hey, we got especially now that we are here in Summerlin, this becomes the wives trip and the girlfriend's trip, so usually you're not out until 5 a.m., if, when your special lady's with you. So I don't think that Pedro has to say anything to the guys. I think that, look, you're so close to the big leagues. You're so close to being set financially for life that if you decide to do something dumb during a week here, then you're dumb. Then you're just really dumb.
I mean, same thing for the voice of the Isotopes. How do you chill? How do you maintain yourself?
Because I'm old, right? And if I want, Las Vegas is always here. I can go to Las Vegas in the off season and have a very good time. I like going to the pool and just relaxing and doing some reading and going. They have a great hotel gym, and I like that there's a bunch of places to eat. Like I'm old. I can't go out late and do my job, and I don't want to try. So it's fine. It's easy. I love coming here.
All right, so I would be in big trouble. You know me. You know Fred. You know how we do. Like I would say 2 or 3 days, I would be like putting my life in the Lord's hands over and over again. But after that, I'd get out of my system and I'd be very serious after that. Is there like a moment historically when you traveled like on the clock, not like a young partying college kid or whatever, but you're on the clock and it's your first or second time, whatever, in Vegas, and you went too hard? You like to learn your lesson the hard way?
In all honesty, by the time that I got this job, I was 40 and I already learned, like, I can't go out late and turn around and do this. You know, when I was a guy in his 20s and was a newspaper reporter, didn't have to talk for a living. I just had to type for a living and ask questions. Then it was a different story. But once I got into this, I realized like I can't function solo if I'm tired and struggling from what I did the night before. And, you know, in all honesty, like I come to both Las Vegas and Reno so often with the Isotopes and before when I did the Lady Lobos and conference tournaments that it's almost like it's not even like a big deal for me to go to some place where there's a casino downstairs, because I think there was one year I counted and I spent something like 40 to 50 nights in a casino hotel working. And so it just becomes it's just like ambient noise, you know, hearing like you know, all the ding 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 ding, you know, as you walk around. And so, like, it doesn't even, like, cross my mind to, like, sit down and play. I can't remember the last time I sat down and played at the table. So it's probably been a decade since the last time I sat down and played. I know I'm really boring. I'm really old. I'm really boring. But I like my job, and I don't want to mess it up either.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You could say responsible, forward thinking, i.e. an adult.
Yeah.
You can't be passed out at the mic like Bob Uecker in Major League with Monty and his dynamite drop-ins there.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't work. Yeah.
All right. So I'm a forward thinking guy, Josh. I like to look forward, but let's look back to last Friday, Cinco de Mayo, an absolute banger up at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park, AKA the Lab. What is it? 6th biggest turnout in Isotopes history?
Correct. Yeah. Just a little bit under 16,000.
Whew.
Yeah, you guys felt it on the concourse, right? With just the energy and just how long it took to kind of move around and everything. Yeah, it was pretty special to have Al Hurricane perform before the game. I didn't even realize this. I probably should have known it, that for the post-game fireworks show, he played live with his band on the field. It was cool. We had this huge spotlight that was on them by second base. So, like, coolest post-game fireworks show ever with Al Hurricane Jr. performing live. Like, the whole night was just really special. It was New Mexico coming together and celebrating itself and its culture and baseball, and man, it was fun.
Who's on the pregame show tonight, Josh?
Pedro Lopez, our usual Tuesday visit. Now the lineup's already been producing quite a bit, right?
Right.
Like, the Isotopes lead all of AAA baseball in runs, hits, slugging percentage, tied for first in home runs. Now you get Brian Servin added to the lineup and what he can do to control the running game. And then now we got Jonathan Daza as well. Now, Daza's not in the lineup today, but he will be soon. You had Jonathan Daza and Brian Servin, what's already the best lineup in AAA. Let's go.
So these guys, are they down here just getting more reps where they could be everyday players? This is an injury. What the boys doing down here?
I mean, so Daza got designated for assignment, right? It was the ultimate, like, we believe in Brenton Doyle, and we believe that Brenton Doyle can be our center fielder for the future. I was surprised that the Daza cleared waivers, that he didn't end up with another organization. He accepted his outright back to AAA. And so, you know, for him, it's to try to get back to being, you know, the Jonathan Daza from a few years ago. And in the case of Servin, the Rockies, they claimed another catcher. His name is Austin Wins off waivers, and they brought him straight to the major leagues. Now, Elias Diaz, he's probably going to be an all-star. I mean, he's the best hitting catcher in the National League. Servin was just not playing. You know, Servin, we're a month into the season. Servin only played 10 games. So he gets a chance to play on an everyday basis, and so that he's ready to go the next time he's needed in the big leagues.
So stoked for a great road trip, bringing it back here. When the Isotopes get back, we got 2 straight weeks of home baseball. I'm going to be glad to have you back. Miss you already, buddy.
All right. Thanks for having me on. And, yeah, we'll do it again all week long.
Talk to you soon.
I promise I'll be a good boy.
Talk to you soon, my friend.
All right. Later.
Hell of a program today. Thank you, Rob Portnoy, talking about his Lakers. Thank you, Jake Cassio, talking about his Knicks. Thank you, Luke Markwith, for joining us.
Of course. Thank you, as always. Always a good time.
Thanks to Andres Trujillo of New Mexico Runners and the New Mexico Games. Had a great program. Tomorrow we'll be back in studio. Thursday, Red Door Downtown. Friday, Hollow Spirits. And then don't miss any of the Hollow Spirits New Mexico United away watch parties. Adios.
Jim Rowe.
Aaron Rodgers is really now a New York Jet. Does Aaron make them a legitimate Super Bowl contender? Aaron Rodgers, who was on the decline last year, guarantees them